How you doing, Ninkala?
And hi, everybody.
Pretty good. It's been a busy one for old Jesse.
How was your B-Day?
It was nice. It was very chill.
Yeah.
Didn't end up doing a whole lot, but that's exactly what I wanted because we're in lockdown.
Yeah,
Yay.
and that's what you should do.
Yeah.
Do nothing.
My favorite thing to do.
It is a good way to be. All right. I'm going to turn this light down just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Well, hi, everybody. Thanks for coming into the stream tonight. I'm excited to get into this. Everybody stoked after last week. Everybody done all their hit points and mostly ready.
Oh, yeah. Leveled up, ready to slay.
Ready
Did it
to
15
slay.
minutes ago, Jordy. Feeling good.
better than half the party. That's awesome.
Thank you, D&D Beyond, for doing all the work for me.
True facts. True facts. Alrighty. So, that's really loud. There we go. Last we left off, the party having made their way into the high forest, following up on a lead of some kind of a book that had been stolen from Amelior Amanitas. They ended up pushing through on one day's travel, making their way in towards the Star Mounts, eventually planning on heading towards the Grandfather Tree, but figuring a nice little respite stop off at some mountain caves might be a little fun. Into the caves, finding a secret entrance into a long-forgotten elven ruin, chamber of some kind, they managed to find their way down and eventually into a large cave. But not a cave, a purposely hollowed out chamber, exactly 200 by 200 square feet, filled with water 200 feet deep and a pillar of red earth in the center. A locked iron chest stood atop the pillar, and eventually having opened the chest, Leaf, having a vision of a burning hellscape, a massive 50-foot-long water elemental creature, a leviathan, began to rise from the water surrounding it, attacking the party now that the seal on this chest had been broken. Defeating the leviathan, claiming the goods inside, the party found themselves as a scroll, with a scroll as a reward, written in Old Elvish and High Elvish, as well as a very intricate and interesting shield and set of armor, specifically a breastplate. Finding out what the items did, deciding to disperse them amongst the party, the breastplate going to Leaf and the shield going to Elethe. The party decided that with the scroll, the words inscribed on it pushed them towards the Grandfather Tree, where they were going anyway. And upon realizing that the other path that they could follow within the Star Mounts was a very heavily scraped thing, probably used by some kind of massive creature, decided to just get the fuck out of there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Yep. And just immediately went, fuck this bullshit, left, and now are back at the base of the Star Mounts, at the very bottom of the initial climb that they had first made up, planning to take their way back to the path, taking the better part of a day to get there, and then eventually the following trip for about 10 days or so towards the Grandfather Tree. So, with that, with the new items being attuned, everybody all set, is there anything anyone would like to do before you set off? Alrighty.
I think so, yeah.
I think we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Everyone feeling a little stronger today? Is anything new for y'all? I'm feeling like I'm a little more in tune with my deity. Maybe I can try a cooler spell. What else can y'all do?
We get new spells.
Yeah, you do.
Aluura, it's something I know this spellcasting stuff is kind of new.
Yeah, you
but,
can learn new ones. Like I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. I was like, oh, these are useful. I didn't even think about trying to learn some more.
No, it's
I think
pretty
I got a
handy.
grasp on these ones. I could probably pick a couple more spells.
That's
I
fair.
wonder what would be useful for me to know. I know like identify seemed to be really useful because no one else can do that really.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's handy.
How's everyone? I mean, we can go over that. I'm not really sure what.
I mean, I feel a lot braver in my abilities to not be fooled so much, I think, this time around.
That's pretty cool.
I feel like a little quicker to the draw. Like, I feel like I'm a quicker shot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely
feel-
taking some second chances on things.
Interesting.
I feel a lot stronger. I feel for some reason that I've got some more power behind my attacks, like something like to a 1d8 if that to exist, but
Oh.
you know,
That's a really interesting and abstract way of multiplying it, Hope, but that's pretty cool.
thank you. I appreciate you understanding just how unrealistic that was.
Alrighty. So,
What about you? Are you feeling any like extra something?
I mean, there's a little extra zazz in my step, for lack
That's
of better
pretty cool.
phrasing. Couple new little things I can pull out should I wish to. Should
Oh.
we need it.
Hmm.
Intriguing.
Nothing of any, great importance right now, but should we need to at some point say, I don't know, convince a whole crowd to do a thing we needed to do, that might be a thing I can manage.
That seems really, I mean, yeah, if we end up in a trial again, we need to convince a jury. That's pretty
We're not staying there for a month at a time this time.
Oh, we will, don't you worry.
We will, but purely for our own reasons.
We'll take it over. We'll make it our town.
Cool.
Well,
Maybe.
we'll see.
become the true murder hobos.
Hmm.
So, alrighty. So with that, everybody attuning to the new items, taking some time, getting prepared, and feeling pretty good about how things went, all things considered. Don't forget as well, any of you who expended hit dice, you get to regain a number of expended hit dice equal to half your used amount, rounded up. So if you used 5, you get 3 back. Because I'm not saying that'll be a thing, but that'll be a thing.
That's fair.
Pretty sure it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, it might be a thing. So, following the path, Elethe, you easily enough are able to retrace your steps, making your way back to that tri-fork in the road over the course of the first day, and eventually reaching that. You've probably got a good 3 or 4 hours left of daylight when the signage comes up again to then navigate towards the grandfather tree. So you take the sharp turn. Who is going to be leading the party in this?
I'm guessing it's going to be me, unless anyone feels a burning desire to plunge headfirst into the undergrowth.
That's, no, Leaf, this might be your, it's probably your charge here.
I hear this might be terrain you like a favorite sort, you might say?
I've always felt very at home in the woods. Despite being raised underground, but I spent a lot of time with my granny out up above, so I do like it.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of ride up front with Elethe if I don't know,
Are we
know some stuff in the area, or just like I'm aware.
horses?
Sorry, go ahead, Emma.
Are we mighty steeds or
Yes.
daddy? So okay, so I've got cinnamon.
Yeah,
close
you do.
by. Yeah. Sorry. One more question.
Yep.
I just for my imagery, or just so that my imagination is clear. Are we all riding like on individual horseback, or do we have the wagon or a wagon with us today?
No wagon. You do just have individual horses that you took from the keep in Sycomber.
Yeah, we put them up, we parked them, put the emergency brake on, and then we went into the cave. And we
Yeah.
came
the
back,
cat.
took off the wheel lock, put it back on.
Good to know. Yeah.
Pretty much.
I have a non-D&D thing I have to show Emma. I made like a huge bag of homemade baked beans, and I'm having baked beans for dinner.
Oh
There's
my
no-
god.
Yeah, I mean, this is very Brit. I think Emma's going to appreciate this. And
Elethe, I
toast.
didn't know you made baked beans. That's so cool. We're turning this into a
Slow
character bit now.
I mean, I'd like some baked beans too. I mean, don't just hold them all to yourself. Jesus Christ.
You know what? Baked beans for me, I will make you a mason jar of baked beans to take home with you.
I would
Alright.
for that. Like I am losing my shit over baked beans because,
Yeah.
it's really precious.
Les,
We'll work it out later, but maybe we can get somebody, a mutual friend, and do like a baked beans drop off for you. I'm sure we can make it happen.
I've kind of wondered if you're stealthing underwater, and can you have baked beans, or if you like fart, will that like attract attention? Is that a thing? Like, do Tritons eat baked beans?
Or does
Right.
it tell you?
It's a legend. It doesn't happen.
Really? That's incredible. I've never realized. I thought everyone farted.
Nope. Never had.
Now, I'm certain
Like
you've
that.
made jokes to the effect of you farting before, Leslie.
I'm not sure about that. I don't think I
Well,
ever
it
have.
never maybe it's like an animal that can't bark or something. It's just like you try to, and it's
Oh,
this
like he
really-
had a surgery, so he can't.
Yeah, it's
fart
like this
anymore.
really sick sound comes out of it, kind of.
I mean, I mouth fart sometimes, but you guys call them burps.
That's true.
I'm certain I've heard you refer to them as burps as well, Leslie.
Maybe
Oh,
we can teach you sometime.
Farting
But-
is one of the better things. It's great. It's hilarious. No one doesn't find it funny.
And with that, I like lean over because I'm assuming I'm near Leaf whilst riding Cinnamon and like prod him in the stomach, making Leaf fart.
Oh fuck! Damn it, Hope. That was a
Is that one
classic.
of your new abilities that you've leveled up? You've the ability to make people fart now.
Yeah, they're really good with pressure points. Oh my goodness.
Alrighty. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Good
great.
amount of banter there.
Got some
And
bait.
D&D, folks, this is what it means to be a dungeon master. Sit there silently as your players make each other fart.
Okay.
So, as you guys start to push on a little bit of a lighter note, after everything that had happened, all the transpired things that had happened inside the caves, and then a couple of near-death experiences, a couple of days out in the sunshine, probably for the best. Maybe with the exception of you, Elethe, but there's at least enough shade for you to be able to keep your gaze hidden. So, following the Northwest Trail, path remains fairly clear. Pretty easy to follow for the remainder of the day. Eventually having nightfall, long shadows of the trees, requiring a bit of a search for a suitable resting point overnight, but you do find one without any real issue. You're kind of getting used to the amount of time you spent in the forest, and obviously with between Elethe and Leaf, you're not super deep into it at this point, so it's not really becoming too much of an issue. You park up overnight, relatively unscathed, keeping watch, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So who do we want to have take watch on the first night? Aluura number 1. Elethe and Leaf simultaneous. Who's 2?
I'm happy to take third watch.
Okay, I'll take 2.
I'm happy to take third.
Leaf is 2, Elethe is 3, and who's on 4th?
I'll take 4.
Doctor will take 4th. All right, Aluura, roll a perception check for me, please.
$18.
18. Over the course of your watch, nothing much transpires. The woods are calm, serene. For you especially, it's a little unsettling just how calm things are. But overall, you realize nothing is there that's especially going to kill you tonight. So that's a good way of being.
Okay. I'll
Leaf.
go wake up.
Sounds good. Leaf, go ahead and roll your perception check.
That is a 21.
21. Very similar, but you start to notice that there are a couple shadows that kind of dot the ground occasionally, and you kind of looking up, you attribute it to probably just a bit of gusting and whistling through the trees, but looking really high up, illuminated by the moon, you see a very, very large shadow in the sky, and it seems to be flying back towards the mountains, reminiscent of something that you had seen once.
Okay. Noted.
It's a little bit tough to tell. It doesn't look like it was flying low enough to be where you went into the caves, but there's a chance that it may be something that you potentially would see if you were to climb up to the height of the falls.
Okay.
All right.
I'll note that, and I'll pass that along to whoever, to Elethe.
Alrighty. So Elethe, again, very similar to sounding to what you had encountered once in Barovia along a mountain trail.
Are you talking about the rock?
I am.
That's
Can we smell what it's cooking?
Not close enough.
So I guess that wouldn't have been what we saw, like what had made those marks in the cave, because they'd have a nest rather than a burrow, but Jesus fucking Christ, we don't want to run into that thing.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make a perception check for your watch, please.
I can't believe that I was missing the only useful part of fucking Natural Explorer this entire time, which was adding my proficiency bonus to my rolls. But I'm gonna do it on. So get ready, Jordy, because my proficiency bonus is sick. And I rolled a 5, but that's okay.
I rolled a 5, so it's a 30.
Yeah, It actually is 18 now. So.
What?
Jesus.
I'm just
Oh yeah,
double-checking.
Emma. So I realized that I wasn't natural explorer, which is like it's my favorite terrain. I get to add my proficiency to my rolls if it makes sense with the landscape. So
Yeah.
it's an extra 4 plus 9.
Investigation, nature, animal handling, perception, survival, while in your favorite terrain relating to your favorite terrain, your proficiency bonus is doubled if you weren't using one of those skills you're proficiency in.
Yeah, and I am in perception.
Nice.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, over the course of your watch, you keep an eye out a little bit more on edge now that Leaf told you there's probably some big, crazy strong flying thing up there, but nothing really transpires. Again, a relatively quiet night.
Mm-hmm.
Last up, Doctor. Perception check
Yep.
for me, please.
You're right.
I will also relay to Doctor about the rock,
Oh,
Sounds
thank
good.
just so he's aware.
you. Could you smell what it was cooking?
Mm-hmm.
That's a question. Did you smell what it was cooking?
Theory.
Oh, I didn't see it, but I think Leaf said that there was some blood dripping from whatever it had in its claws.
I see. Very good.
All right,
It's eyebrow raise.
Doc.
19.
19. Very similar for you. It's been a quiet night up to this point, kind of half-heartedly, just looking around, making sure nothing's going to get you as the dawn starts to break. You're in a forest pretty close to the exit. Nothing really too difficult tends to transpire, so overall you make it through the first night without any issue.
Fantastic. I raise my eyebrow at the rock, like this.
Waiting for him to come down and raise an equally high eyebrow to you.
Thank
Got
you.
a fanny pack on.
His
Low
fanny
chain.
pack is just like a
Black
burrowed
turtleneck.
out goat. Anyway.
So it goes.
Where Sean Connery is getting really nervous.
All right, so day 2 progresses. Elethe is leading the party, making sure that you guys stay on the right path. So when she gets back, I'll get her to go ahead and roll a survival check, please.
A million.
Yeah. $22.
22, okay. Over the course of the day, following the
22?
path, yeah, not exactly hard. It's a pretty easy one, right? Things are starting to get a little bit more dense here and there. Not overly so, especially for you. It's actually almost easier the denser they get because you've got the shadows where you're not having to contend with the lighter anymore. Second day passes without any real issue. Overnight on the second night, very similar. Not too much is really happening. It's up to you guys if you want to keep watching again.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Do you want to just do the same 4 or do you want to change it up?
Sure.
Same 4? All right.
I'm happy to watch.
Yeah, I'm
Sounds good.
okay to.
So we'll rip through these one at a time. So Aluura, roll on this one. Perception.
Les and I are just getting some.
19.
All right. Leaf.
Oh my goodness. Ooh, not as good. 14.
14. Okay. Again, nothing really transpiring. Elethe.
Cool.
Well, that's a nat 1. So 14.
14.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
Similar.
Jeez.
You kind of keeping an eye out. You two, especially after last night, you're on guard. You're ready for that rock. Where is it? Where is it? It's not there.
Give me the rock.
We're just.
Give me that
Are you
rock.
sure we're not talking about John Cena?
Doc, last one.
That is 15.
15. Similar again. Kind of keeping an eye out, waiting for that rock to show its stupid fucking face. Nothing coming out. So everything transpires over the course of the second night. No issues whatsoever. You guys are starting to feel pretty calm, pretty at ease. Third day traveling through the woods. Elethe, another survival check for me, please.
Yep. That's again 22.
22. You're starting to notice that things are getting a little darker now. Not only in the number of trees and the shade that's being cast, but more so just the color of the ground, the color of the trees, the color of the foliage. Things are starting to turn from kind of a bright, vibrant green to a little bit more of a darker tone. Nothing alarming per se, but it's just something that you're starting to notice that the forest itself is beginning to just get a little bit darker.
Does it feel like, does it feel like we're just getting into a part of the woods where it's like elder and perhaps a little bit wilder, or does it feel like it's something more to do with something arcane or awareness of the creatures that might be in the forest or the trees, something like that?
You're honestly not really sure. It's something
Right.
that you've seen. Like, the darker the trees, usually the healthier they tend to be. They've been there for a longer period of time. But something about it just doesn't quite feel right. On a survival check that high, something about it just feels a little different. You're starting to notice there's little bits of rustling in the trees, several 100 feet away. You try and get a glimpse of anything. Nothing really focusing on anything per se. But it's just a little unsettling.
Okay, I'll share with the party, I can't pin down anything, for certain, but I'd say be on your guard more than you are, if you can.
Oh, so the
Just keep-
darkness is creepy.
I didn't say it's creepy, but I get the feeling the woods are just a little less friendly now, so just be careful.
No sentient woods.
Yeah. We know the
Is
woods
it-
are old, so
Is there has anyone kind of thought over that thing that I read the other day? Should we kind of be keeping an eye out for I don't know, any sort of weird stuff when we pull up to the grandfather tree? It sounded like there was a silver cell or something. Is that
Leaf, could you read it out just to refresh our memory?
yeah. Sure.
That
And you have
thing
to
we
do
looked
the
at.
voices. Do the
I gotta
voices.
do, I gotta do
week
the
ago.
voice. I pass it over to Aluura. Okay. I unscroll it, or I unravel the scroll.
I'm assuming you didn't put the scroll back in the scroll tube, by the way.
No, I unroll. I had it folded up. I'd been using it as a napkin.
A couple
and
of
sort
soup
of rub
stains.
some mustard off the top. Okay.
Jesus, be careful with that thing.
Sorry. Okay, so here we go. It's whispers carry upon the wind. A single voice lies trapped within. So this seems, like there's some sort of stuff going. Anyways, look, I'll leave my interpretations to the end. I've been thinking on this. Vows and pledges made to twist the minds of all who dare exist. A creature born and bred of hell, imprisoned in a silver cell. That's what I was talking about. Darkness fills the buried space, never to feel the light's embrace. The tallest elder stands as ward, keeping sealed his hidden lord. This hidden lord, preserve the hatred bound inside it, lest he forge his endless hell pit. So, I think we need to kind of be on our guard here. We don't want to let anything out. But it sounds like whatever's in there might try and convince us to.
Yeah.
So that might be something.
Definitely, yeah, just the idea of whispers and it sounds like people will try to convince us to let the light into this. Yeah.
So anything that happens, maybe let's try and make sure we got eyes on everyone. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, yeah. Anything to do with Gargoth, this area,
Is
definitely be on your guard.
Leaf, I think that you're the most likely to have a talent in this kind of department, but do you have the ability to, if one of our minds is taken over by someone who kind of is convincing us to do something, do you have a way to stop that or end that mind control?
Well, I mean, if it's a spell of some sort, maybe dispelling it. If it's a curse, maybe breaking it. But if it's stuff sort of related to going crazy, or insanity, kind of what had happened with Stella back in Barovia, I can also fix that. So I think in most cases, yeah. But this might be some serious stuff, so I don't want to say any guarantees.
Maybe we should come up with a password or a phrase that we could all say in case one of us gets possessed, by a demon or a ghost or something. If one of us starts acting a little bit weird than we normally are, we can come up with a password that only we know, so that we can say to each other banana skin or toothpaste.
Sure.
And then we know.
Should it be a question and then the question has an answer?
Yeah.
Sure.
I have kind of a thought about that though. I mean, I don't mean to sound paranoid, but how do we know
Nothing's
Okay.
listening to us now.
nothing's listening right now? Or like, I know that like scrying is a thing, and these things that we're up against have powers that we're not really aware of.
Wouldn't
Like,
they have
could
access
think of
to our
ma-
minds if we knew the knew the answer to a question? Would they just be able to pick it out of our heads?
Potentially. This does also, if it's a funny phrase, we could have, potentially a god or something say something funny. So there's a chance that this could be a long con.
That does sound fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm just trying to bring a bit of levity to it. I don't really know what you had in mind, Les, but
Well, banana
Well,
skin, right?
Well, banana skin, some sort of phrase like asking a question, saying a certain answer. I mean, I haven't had too much history with possessions of any kind like that.
No, absolutely
sure.
not.
If
No.
they're able to, I don't know if anyone here has in the past.
You were the only one of us who was possessed by Strahd, so I think you more experienced than the rest of us.
I mean, possessed is
I mean-
a strong word.
maybe he might have had his mind wiped after. That was a real experience.
I mean, that's
Does Les still like have any? Because I know after he was like, no, I was like he didn't feel any sort of like he had been possessed. Am I
He's
remembering that
still
right?
convinced he
So
wasn't.
he didn't feel that he had been possessed, but he very much realized that he was listening to Strahd a little more than he should have.
Huh.
There may be a reason why I'm being very cautious about this because of that experience.
Look, that's fair. That-
Well,
I'm
like-
not great at
I will
reading.
say one thing just relating to that, Les. There was never a moment when you had that encounter happen where you felt like you couldn't say something. It's just that he was a really great guy and he had some really good ideas.
I know, but it doesn't matter who's taking control of the wheel, and if it's not me, I don't like it.
That's
But you kept talking about how cool Strahd was and how big his muscles were.
Well, I know, because they were really. You know what? It's not. It's just. It's not about that. All right. It's not
Okay.
about how big his muscles are, or how bulging the veins were, or how sleek his jawline was. It's not about that. All right.
I only said one of those things.
Well, it's fine. I added to it because it really does have a very masculine jawline. But anyway,
He'll like cut it clean off.
yeah. You could.
like a hot knife on butter. Still dream about it some days.
That was an extremely strong jawline. So how about we have the question, when the bird flies, that's the question. What's the answer?
I got an idea. Sorry.
Okay.
Just to like precautions. Whatever we choose, like if we can find a way to like sort of not say it out loud, I can just sort of beam it into everyone's minds with whisper.
Oh, I like
Say it
that.
out loud.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. We should also have an answer that's like something is wrong. We should have an answer
Okay,
that
like
everything's
something's
okay,
all right and something's
that
not all right.
everything's okay, and then something's wrong.
Sure.
How
Lee-
about this, guys? I just had a thought that might be a nice nonverbal cue.
That's fair.
Anyone have, well, I mean, I know we all have, but anyone have 6 copper pieces they're willing to part with?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
I actually don't have any copper pieces.
Look, I carry. It's all credit.
Unsurprising. I just have plastic. No big deal.
Sorry.
That's okay.
That's good.
Leslie, you're very strong. Would you mind just etching a little scratch into each of these copper pieces on one side only?
All right.
Yeah, easy
There,
enough
you have fun.
with your woodworking tools and the metal spikes that you've got. Copper pieces are not exactly the hardest things in the world. You can etch it in pretty easily.
All right.
Fantastic. So, if everything's all right, and we're asked as such, we present this coin with the scratch side down. So, regular old coin.
That's
If
fair.
something is wrong, we present it scratch side up.
But if we're possessed, we're not going to be able to have control over that function.
Well, you could move. You just thought Strahd was super cool and you loved him very much.
That's fair.
I mean, that's true under that circumstance. Yes. I can see that.
I think that's really
Okay.
clever. Yeah, I think that works. I mean,
It's a simple yes or no.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. So it's
Also
bad.
silent. So if we're like not wanting to make any noise, we don't have to be asking questions. We can just sort of be like, and someone can be like, right, here's a coin.
Yeah. Scratch down is bad. Scratch down is good.
Good.
Scratch up is bad.
Yeah,
There you
scratch is
I'm
bad. If you see it, bad.
Yeah.
If you see the scratch is bad.
I know I'm gonna forget this, but I'm gonna do
Think
my
of it.
best.
Think of it as though there were a character in media, say, who perhaps was really keen with a coin, but one side of the coin was all scratched up, and the other side was very regular. One might call him a two-faced sort of person,
oh,
Interesting. A Mr. Scratch, if you will.
a Mr. Scratch, you might say.
That's incredible.
Now, when Mr. Scratch here flips his coin, and it lands face up, the non-scratch side, everything's fine. Nothing
Okay.
bad happens. But if it lands scratch side up, oh boy, you better watch out.
That makes sense.
Mhm. As directed by the great Joel Schumacher.
Um,
Oh, I think I've heard of him. Has he directed any like Sword Coast plays?
He's directed quite a bit, my friend. You may well have seen one of his shows. Demarcated by the nipples on the armor.
I think they brought that to Baldur's Gate once. I do remember some hard nipples going on in that show.
I bet
Very
you do.
hard, right on the breastplate. I was like,
Mhm.
humans are weird.
Yep, cut glass with those bad boys.
Humans are weird. Sorry, Aluura.
No, yeah. I accept it.
So,
Great.
Jordan, you got an easy night
that's
tonight.
2.
Talking about arts and
Anyway.
coins.
Joel Schumacher is now in our D&D world.
Yeah, Joel Schumacher is canon.
Yes, Joel
Also,
Schumacher is
we're
canon. He lives in Baldur's Gate and he directs plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we need to find out any lore about
I've literally written it in my
Must
notes.
seek
There
out
is a character
Joel
named Joel
Schumacher.
Schumacher.
All right.
So, all right. So pushing on over the course of the day, Elethe, you had successfully made your check. Feeling pretty confident. Coins being distributed to everybody, kind of knowing you've got a good and a bad indicator at this point. Over the course of the day, nothing really transpires except for that kind of darkening feeling of the wood around you. Same thing again, camping out for the overnight. Things are a little bit tougher to get kind of an open area, so you're kind of having to stagger a little bit in amongst the trees, but still able to see each other as you camp out for the evening. Do we want to change any of who's watching?
I'll take a watch.
All right.
I'm happy to keep watching because I'm good at night.
Okay. Aluura's in.
I would take a.
And
Can
Lift.
I-
list.
And Lift. Perfect.
I can take
is,
Sorry.
is Leaf is taking a watch?
I was gonna say I can take the night off if.
Sure, I'll go. I'll keep watch.
All right.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
okay.
Watch. Hope.
Yeah, I've just really been enjoying the sleep the last couple of nights. So I really appreciate that you have been doing this because, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's been a while since I'd had multiple nights of full night's sleep. So, yeah, thank you.
One thing I will say by this point, with the amount of nights that you've had off, all of your hit dice are back fully refilled now. Essentially just allowing you the extra little bit of time, so you can mark yourselves back to the full number of hit dice you would normally have.
Yay!
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I've never gotten so close to using up all my hit dice as like a intermediate level.
Yeah. That
a
was
good,
designed to push you guys right to the edge. So.
Yeah.
that was a good, good dungeon delve.
I can help with that also. Now.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So, who's taking first watch? Aluura, you want to go first again? Okay, go for it. Go and roll your perception check.
God, I've rolled 14 and 15 twice in a row, so 19.
19, yeah. Really easy. Over the course of the night, again, it's definitely darker. For you in the previous nights, you'd had a little bit of moonlight. You were able to kind of see, not really needing your goggles. Tonight is a little bit different. Cloud overcast, not a lot of moonlight coming down, a ton of darkness from the trees. Definitely a good thing that you were taking watch.
Okay.
Les, you want to go second?
Yeah.
Okay, Les, go and make a perception check at disadvantage for me. Because of the darkness.
The darkness.
Yeah, you don't have dark vision.
Right, I just don't remember us doing that before when I've done watch. But
Yeah, usually you don't because it's fairly clear nights, but tonight with the overcast and how dense the forest is, there's such a small amount of light that you're not really able to see much beyond about 60 feet around the camp.
Okie dokie. Oh no, that's a natural one.
If I would have known that, I would have given Les my goggles and said like, yeah, buddy, I think you might need these tonight.
Okay, that's fine. So go ahead, let's re-roll as just a standard roll.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, because Aluura's giving you the goggles, which mitigates the disadvantage.
Whew.
Mm-hmm.
13.
13. It's a little bit easier to see. Like, you kind of being woken up and looking around the camp, you're looking into pitch black. Goggles go on, you can see a little bit extra further into the distance. You feel like you've got a pretty good bead on anything that could surprise you guys in the middle of the night. You notice a little bit of rustling. Nothing really too interesting. Kind of keep your eye out and take a couple of steps outside the camp just to make sure. Nothing there. Just trees blowing in the breeze.
Damn stupid trees.
All right. So you turn in for the evening, waking up Elethe. You want to go third again?
Yeah.
All right.
Might as
go ahead.
well.
Perception check.
Okay. That's a nat 20, so it is 33. I see everything.
The skies part. The moonlight falls, and you alone get the one clear watch of the evening. Yeah, nothing really transpiring. Like, it's a bit of a weird thing. You kind of expected something was going to happen tonight, given how dark the trees were becoming, how cramped everything was getting. Something just didn't quite feel right, but as best you can tell, over your 2 hours, nothing is happening.
So do you have a question now? Like, seeing as everything's pretty quiet, I would imagine the forest would sort of start, I would start to hear normal sounds like birds or whatever else, like little rustlings in the bushes, like little creatures around, the way we would, anytime you spend somewhere without moving for too long. So Is there normal animal sounds around us?
There are normal animal sounds. There's a little bit less of them than you had heard in the last couple of nights, but they're still there.
Okay. That's what I was curious about. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So turning in for your last 2 hours, Doctor, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
You got it.
Rise and grind.
That is 20.
20.
Unnatural.
Very similar. The sun is rising. It's a little bit more of an overcast day, but you do get a little bit of light, maybe 15, 20 minutes after when you would normally expect to get it in the morning. But overall, your watch passes without issue. You wake up for your 4th day on the road. Alrighty, 4th day, leading the way again, Elethe. Alright.
Quick question. Do we remember how many days it was from when we started to get to the grandfather tree? I know we talked about it.
Yeah, it was about 9 or 10 days, kind of depending the pace you took. With the horses, you expect you could probably get there in 10, maybe right at the edge of the 9th day kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, Elethe, what was your survival?
25.
25. The trees are getting more gnarled, darker, more roots coming up out of the ground at odd angles. You're starting to notice that some of the foliage is starting to get a little bit brighter, but in the wrong way. Not green, bright yellows and bright reds and things that you start to recognize as plants that you should probably be avoiding. And you're starting to realize it's a little bit tougher to follow the original path, but you can still find it. It's just getting a little more difficult the further you push in.
Okay, I have a couple follow-up questions.
Yeah.
Is it like foliage changing as it would in autumn, or is it kind of more like an indication of type of tree?
Type of tree, type of foliage. Things are getting a little bit less inviting and a little bit more inviting in the wrong way.
All right. Does it feel like I can determine kind of intent from the trees that are around, or do I get sort of an intuitive gut feeling about what's going on?
Not really. It's just something about the path itself exists. You can see, looking at the ground, that it's a well-used path, but the path is starting to become overgrown with assorted other bits of wood and assorted other plants that you wouldn't expect to see there.
Interesting. Anything
Are you
useful?
sure that... Oh, sorry.
Nothing particularly useful, just more things to make sure that you let everybody know to avoid.
Okay, and I do. I'll sort of let the party know. Like, these are what you need to watch out for. They're kind of getting dotted over the path, and like, more so than ever. I know you aren't stupid, so I don't really have to tell you, but like, don't stray off the path. Not a good idea right now. No matter what you see, check in with the rest of us before you go running off.
Les, you had a comment?
Oh no, I was just going to literally roleplay that. It was like, are you sure this is the right path? But
I know I really just gave like
Sure,
Chekhov's
commented on-
leave the trail warning, but whatever.
Awesome.
Sure, this won't come back.
Yeah, this won't haunt us.
But overall, following Elethe's guidance, you start to make a couple of trips that are a little bit off the path, but Elethe, you kind of correcting everybody, making sure that they're following pretty close to your footsteps. You make it through the fourth day without any issue. Again, a little bit tougher, even again, to find a suitable place to camp for the evening. This time, you're kind of having to spread out a little bit more. The trees and the foliage and the rocks are really pretty tightly packed. You're still able to see everybody, but you're a good 10 to 15 to 20 feet away from each other, and just kind of where you can make a bed, that's kind of where you are.
Okay. I have kind of a paranoid suggestion, y'all, but maybe it'll prove to be a good idea. I think if we're about 20, those of us who can, if we're kind of spread out from each other, maybe we need to be like sort of sleeping with a rope or something tied around an ankle to a couple people in case somebody gets grabbed. Just a thought.
think it's that serious?
I got a weird feeling, and like I said, it might be paranoid. Like I don't really hear anything around, but
Want to do 2 people watches?
maybe.
Yeah,
That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm into that, and I trust your gut, Elethe. If you think we should have rope connecting us, I'll connect some rope to my foot right now.
Yeah, more than just that, I don't really want anyone like outside of a sort of group 20 feet away from someone else in the dark when, depending on where the person who's keeping watch is. If there's 2 of us, it might be fine, might not need to, but yeah, I feel a little weird about this place. Like, it doesn't really... Like, I've been through forests that don't feel friendly. Like, where I grew up, it was kind of like a petrified wood, so it was really ominous in some ways. But this doesn't sort of feel... This feels like it has sort of intent and sort of age. So, I feel like there's like an intentional thwarting happening here.
I had an off feeling as well, my first watch. I think you're right, Elethe. I think we should do something to kind of protect ourselves a little bit more than we have
Right.
been.
And remember that, like, I don't have the bow of warning anymore, so I'm pretty good at watching in the dark for something, but we have no way of knowing if something's going to surprise us. Unless somebody has a spell for that. I don't anymore.
Well, I mean, Hope has divine sense. I don't know if that's helpful in creepy woods, but
That
No,
is also a mile, isn't it?
not
Yeah.
really. I only see for like, I believe it's like 60 feet,
Okay.
and it's what I can see.
think
Yeah.
it's and Hope you're only able to sense certain beings.
Yeah, I can't tell what their intent is either, because just because someone might be that creature doesn't necessarily mean that that's what their alignment is.
I can actually kind of do that too now. It's like a primeval awareness rather than a divine awareness, but for me, because we're in the forest, it's up to 6 miles. But it doesn't it's not ongoing. It'll only tell me what's happening right at the moment. And it's like you said, Hope, you got it right. We don't really know. It could be something going about its business. Like, I don't fucking care if there's some, werewolf shambling about 6 miles from here with no intent to come to us. It's more to keep an eye out for things that are going to sneak up on us.
That's right, yeah. And if you don't mind me throwing another suggestion, and if we are taking 2-person watches, maybe, I know I can't really see in the dark. If I could partner with someone that can, that would be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've been doing 4 people watches, and there's 6 of us. So
you need
if
to
we're
do
doing-
4 watches over the course of an evening. Each watch is 2 hours, and you have to get a minimum of 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Oh, sorry, 6 hours of total sleep.
2 of them
I
are
only
going to be by themselves.
4 hours to meditate, right?
But it's a little loose with the rules. It's essentially you can watch for 2 hours.
All right.
So there's going to be 2 watches where 2 people can watch, and 2 watches where you can only have 1 person.
I'm gonna say I should probably take one of the 1-person watches because I can see a little better in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see pretty good in the dark as well. So maybe I'll take the other 1-person watch.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Who wants to partner up?
Okay.
Doc, you want to have a partner?
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Aluura and Les, and Doctor and Leaf. Okay, so who's
Well,
taking
we can
first
third
watch?
when it's the darkest.
So you'll
If
be
that makes sense.
solo for third. Who wants to be first?
I'll be first. I'll do first watch by myself.
Okay, Hope will be by themselves for first. Who wants to do second?
Les?
Leaf, let's you and I do.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So Aluura and Les, the 2 with less
Perfect.
vision as light is starting to come up.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So Hope, starting things off by yourself. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Ooh, 19.
19.
Yeah.
It's very dark tonight. The trees have kind of overgrown. They seem to be almost growing over the path to kind of form a curved canopy above you. But being able to see in the dark as best you can, the little bit of moonlight that's there, you're able to take a pretty decent look out, and you see an occasional shadow that just kind of flickers across, but nothing that comes close enough to really be worried about, or anything that seems especially hostile.
Yeah. Also, did we do the rope tying to legs thing?
It's up to you. Did you?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. Sorry, if we didn't actually, Jordy, if we didn't follow through enough to intend for that, like I did intend to do that.
Okay.
But for whoever is farther out from the group of people,
I'll go
Yeah,
ahead
it's
and
like
I'll switch you guys to your map now so you see what you're looking at.
Oh, good.
Oh,
That's
All
on
right,
each one,
yeah.
Jordy.
Okay.
Oh my god, I get to try and look at the map.
Yay!
So that's kind of what you're
Exciting
looking at right now.
development.
Okay.
this seems chill.
The loading screen.
Oh yeah, it takes a little
Oh,
bit
there
for
we
it to
go.
come up. Yeah. So that's kind of what you're looking at. You guys are pretty close to dead center, kind of piled around a series of rocks, making sure that you've got views on everybody. So ropes tied in any specific manner, but we'll essentially just say each of you tied to one other person.
hang on just a sec there.
That's fair. Oh
That's
my
fair.
god. Someone's gonna get dragged off and we all just get like pulled through the forest by a rock.
Maybe.
But it wasn't a rock. That's all.
So there's really no room for one person to be beside the other person. So
Not really. The map doesn't really reflect that, just because I didn't want to have to go square by square. But yeah, essentially you feel like you've got to be 10-ish feet away from each other. One of you's got to be 15 kind of thing.
That's
my
fair.
suggestion would be myself, Aluura, and the doctor. One of us should each be tied to one of the stronger people in the party. So less Leaf and Hope.
Okay.
Like if someone gets dragged off, then someone has the wherewithal to sort of like prevent it from happening as well they can.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Okay, I'll probably be tied to the dock if we're
Yeah.
taking watch together. And
Yeah,
All right. So maybe Aluura
And
tied to
Aluura-
Les.
yeah.
cool.
Well, I think that we should be tied to someone who's asleep. Like the asleep people should be tied to someone who's awake.
yeah.
That's
I-
also
The people
makes
who
a
are
lot of
awake tied to each
sense.
other.
Sure.
That
So
makes-
Someone's gonna get yoinked.
why don't we switch those around then and just do Leaf and Aluura and Les in the dock,
That makes sense.
and then
Suits
meet
me.
up.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right. So tying each other up as best you can, making sure that you don't impede your movement in any way. But you've got a rope tied around your foot or arm, body, whatever it is. Hope your watch passes without issue. You see a couple of the shadows. Things feel a little bit sketch, but nothing really hostile per se. Next up, Doctor and Leaf.
Dope.
Gotta fix cameras. Hang on.
Did that shuffle things around? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Everybody except Les.
So sorry.
That happens, man. It's
Okay.
the reason why you got me.
Yeah. So we can roll. And sorry, would I be rolling?
At disadvantage.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Probably not going to get much worse than that. Oh wow, those are both two absolute rippers. But I got a nat 1, so I got a 7.
7? Okay.
Yeah.
Doctor?
Oh, jeez. I only got 19, Jordy.
19. Okay. Your watch proceeds without issue. You guys get a good 40 minutes, 50 minutes in. You notice that there seems to be a little bit of a faint rotting smell. You didn't really notice it before turning in. But taking the time to look around, kind of getting out to the edge of where your rope is, you've tried to find a source that doesn't really lead to anything. A few minutes pass, you realize you're covering your face, trying to abate the smell of what you guess is probably like a decaying animal somewhere that is just being caught by the wind. Then you realize the wind has picked up the smell, and now it's even stronger. And you're suddenly fighting the urge to retch your dinner back up. Scanning the woods, the smell is now overpowering. You realize that your allies that are on the ground are starting to cough in their sleep. And you can barely focus on looking around as you try to find a clean breath of air. I need both of you guys to make Constitution saving throws for me.
Oh boy.
I think Les farted for the first time.
You finally figured it out.
Cracked one off.
All of that gas just backed up.
Leaf, it looks like you might just be able to benefit.
I'm pretty sure you have to be conscious for that.
I actually... Okay, I can't remember because...
I'm double checking.
Yeah, I seem to remember something about characters getting knocked... Or it might be death saving throws. I can't remember what they...
You must be conscious to grant this bonus.
Okay,
Asleep does not count.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think what I'm thinking is a person making... Someone else can be unconscious and getting their benefit.
Correct. Somebody else unconscious making death saving throws gets the benefit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, possession is the worst possession.
Constitution saving throws. Leaf.
18.
18. Doctor.
15.
15. Okay. The two of you really starting to retch. You're starting to double over a little bit. The wave of nausea gets you to the edge of what you can take, but you're able to push through it, and you start to get accustomed to the smell with a couple of dry heaves. And you've got a cloth over your face, you're looking around, and as you finally look around trying to find the source of it, maybe figuring out a way if you can get rid of it, you see that there's a massive plant slowly shuffling towards you in the forest behind the camp. Huge yellow flowers with orange petal tips are visible against the darkness, and creeping tendrils are probing forward towards you, guiding its movement. I need all of you guys to roll initiative, even the unconscious people.
Whoa! Here we go.
Oh, hey, Jordy.
Yes, sir.
Just because I've never said it out loud on the stream and it bears saying,
Yep.
I have Dark One's Own Resilience.
Which means?
Which means I get advantage on saving throws to one particular type of damage that I can set at the beginning of every day.
Okay.
I just kind of blanket, unless stated otherwise, want to say that it's too piercing.
Sure, that's fine.
Fantastic.
How about shambling plant damage?
Yes, that's the next one. That's going to be today's. But no, it's piercing.
Just figured maybe.
Alrighty. So with that, let's go ahead and get our fight music.
Oh, sick.
going.
Okay, cool.
Dude, this thing looks kind of weird.
It's
Oh,
pretty
dang.
cool. I'll give you a description of it once combat starts. Initiative. There we go. All right. Initiatives.
Look at that thing.
25 or 30 to 20.
20 points.
I have. Hold on. 22.
22.
21. Hey, we did all right considering we're the ones that are awake.
Yeah, you're pretty solid.
Everyone wake up.
All right. 20 to 15.
15.
15 for less. Okay. 15 to 10.
Aluura, you're muted.
You're muted.
What is 6 plus 8?
14.
14.
Ooh.
That's my initiative.
Aluura is 14, and Hope
9.
9. Bringing up the rear.
Nice.
All right. Let's go ahead and get my dice. I need some nice bright yellow dice, or bright red dice today. So,
The yellow one, match the plant, shorty.
ooh, that's a good roll, though. All right.
Not what I'm in for.
Okay, so top of the round. Elethe, unconscious. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Book me. All right. Oh, that was a natural 20, so 23.
23. Okay.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, you just kind of are coughing and choking in your sleep, but not enough to quite wake you up, but start to realize that something's going a little bit weird to everybody around you that is awake. Oh, actually, no, because of your trance, you would actually automatically wake as a result of this.
I'm not asleep. Okay, can I immediately, dash some water from my canteen onto my, the part of my cloak that's kind of down here and just pull it tight across my face and wrap it around a couple times?
Absolutely.
Okay. And,
Oh, look at us using masks and social.
It's essentially your turn to wake up, so it's, yeah.
so I can't really do anything in terms of action. Okay, so I'm just, awake, ready to go. And I'm doing that anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, you're doing that anyway because that's kind of what you would do on the first round. You'd wake up, is you're coming to your senses, realizing what's wrong, and covering your face with a mask. Also, yes,
Okay.
Jesse Shaw, this is my COVID-19 encounter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I purposely decided to make light of it by saying everybody's got to be 10 feet away from each other, and there's a
Oh
smell
my
that...
God.
Yeah, so anyway.
There we go.
Yeah, so...
But we tried to stay together by tying our ankles together.
Tying our
did.
ankles.
So
Ankles
that's
At a
together
distance.
are
So-
playing D&D online. It's all a metaphor.
all a big metaphor. So, next up from Elethe, we come to the Doctor. Doctor, you start to see this shambling creature coming towards you, and getting a better look at it, in addition to the very bright yellow and red flowers, you start to notice that what you realize are vines. There's a couple of things that are green and mossy, but getting a little bit of a better look at them, you actually start to realize that they're half-eaten arms and legs and
Yummy.
bits of skin that are kind of falling out of what look like humanoid creatures that are kind of slowly being digested by this creature. You've got your full turn. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
You got it. Whoop, cocked.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine. 19.
19? All right, so you're able to, again, cover your face and able to resist the rotting stench that is creeping through the air. You have your full turn available to you. What would you like to do?
This is very exciting because this plays to something I just picked up. I'm going to move to there.
Oh shit! Did you go with this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
And there.
Perfect.
And I'm going to rear up, summon some necrotic energy into my little hand,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast a blight on it.
Casting Blight. All right. What does Blight do?
Perfect.
Necromantic energy washes over a creature of your choice that you can see within range, draining moisture and vitality from it.
Nice.
The target, the plant guy, must make a Constitution saving throw. The target takes 8d8 necrotic on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay.
The spell has no effect on undead or constructs. Now, hold on, because there's a little bit more excitement in this, Jordan.
Yep.
If you target a plant creature, or magic plant, like a plant creature, you might say,
Yeah.
it makes the saving throw with disadvantage, and the spell deals max damage to it.
Okay.
Ooh.
So,
Let's go.
Punch right.
Oh, to just dump this thing.
So what's your spell save DC?
19.
And, sorry, what kind of save is it? It's a con save?
It is con, yes.
Con, okay. That is a natural 18 plus 3. It succeeds. Oh,
That's
wait,
okay.
at disadvantage.
Still
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Hands are off. That is a 17. Here we go. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. 17. Plus 3, so 20.
Oh, 17.
So it's disadvantage. I still get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's disadvantage. It's still succeeded, but you do whatever it is, half damage.
I do max, half max damage. So
Okay, so what is max
8d8.
damage?
8d8, so that's 64.
64, half, so it takes 32 points of damage.
32 points of damage.
Nice.
I'm okay with that.
That is a good one. All right. One thing is, well... Oops. Sorry. Minus 32. There we go. One thing as well that you do notice as you move a little bit closer to the creature, you start to get a little bit of a better look into the darkness, and you see that there is a second one.
Oh,
Good. Fantastic.
That seems to be behind another set of trees, and that's kind of probably why the stench that's so incredibly pungent is that way, is because of the second creature that's kind of wafting in on the same vein.
Love it. And with the rest of my turn, I'm just going to move back here.
All right, sounds good.
Wait, okay, hold on. Because this is about to get really complex. We're all tied to each other, right?
No.
Yep.
Les is tied to the doctor.
Okay, but...
Leaf is tied to Aluura, and Hope is tied to Elethe. 50-foot
Sorry,
ropes.
but, like-
How long?
50 feet.
Yeah, how much?
How long?
50 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll basically just say neither of us, we can't be more than 50 feet away from each other.
Can we just remove the ropes as a bonus
that's
action?
It's-
if you'd like to, sure, you can remove a rope as a bonus action. Or I'll say as a free action, because they weren't like... No, it would be a bonus, actually, because they would be tied specifically to make sure they didn't come undone.
Yeah.
So,
If I awake yet, or is the doctor just like casting blight and doing crazy shit, and I'm just being dragged around?
Can I use a
not
free
more than
action
50 feet
to
away
shout?
from him? To try and wake somebody is a full action.
Ah, heck. What if I just shout really loud? Can that be a free action?
Shouting really loud of a single word, sure, that allows everybody to make a perception check to try and wake up.
Oh, I love that. Sure, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to shout monster very loudly.
All right, monster. Good to know. All right, after Doc, we come
Quietest
to
yell I've ever heard. Monster.
after the Doc, we come to Leaf. Leaf, you just hear the shout of monster, and the doctor point out that there's a second creature there. What is it you would like to do with your limited vision?
yeah. Oh. Yeah, I can't really see.
You can see about 30 feet in front of you, so you can just see the edge of that one creature that's kind of managed to sneak its way up close to you.
Okay. Alright, in that case, I'm going to cast. Okay, hold on, I'm just gonna see what I want. At 4th level, I want to cast Bless.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. 4th level Bless, that's 3, that's 3 plus, so that's everyone? 6 people, I think?
Yeah, it's first level spell that hits 3 people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4th level would be everyone.
Okay, cool. So I want to bless everyone.
All right.
Jesse, can I interrupt you for just 1
Yes.
second because I just realized something? Because I cast at full... oh my god, shut up, malware bites. No one needs you. Because I cast at full spell slot or spell level, it's actually 9d8.
Okay,
So it would be an additional,
it'd be an additional
4 points of damage.
Yeah, that's fine. So -4.
Cool.
Okay, good to
Thank
know.
you. Sorry.
Yep, no worries.
Okay, cool. So everyone's blessed. And I want to use my bonus action to untie myself.
Okay, bonus action to untie yourself.
Yeah, and then I want to kind of step back into the fray with the group. And that's going to be my turn.
Step back into the fray with the group. Okay.
Or sorry, or do I actually have to stay 10 feet apart from everyone? Because I can do that.
No, you don't have to.
Okay, cool. And
No,
I'll
it's
make
more
a
so
perception
to
check.
sleep, right? Is to create your
Okay,
bubble.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure. And I'll make a perception check for any 5G towers around.
Thank you.
Jesus.
All right, cool. That's my turn.
All right, so that's going to be your turn. Good to know. Wait, sorry. What
I don't
was
actually
your
believe that
action?
if anyone- Sorry, what was my action? Blessing the entire
Oh, right,
party.
blessing the entire party. Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody's blessed. Okay, good to know. So I'm just going to put Leaf. You are concentrating. We'll say
Oh, and I also need to make a con save.
you're
right?
thinking. Oh, yes, you did. Sorry, at the start of your
Okay.
turn, you need to make your con
Yeah,
save.
it's all good. Cool. That's 15.
15? All right, so you manage to, again, wave off the stench. You kind of tying a bandana around your face as best you can.
Yeah, I'll just bring it down.
Yeah, bring it down and covering everything after casting your spell. All right, that's going to be your turn. And next up from there, we come to the first of the plants. So, Leaf, at the edge of your vision, you start to lose sight of where the plant was, kind of staying close to your allies. But Doctor, you've got a clear view of what's happening as the plant creature being hit by that massive blight. A lot of the foliage itself starting to slough off and just turn to ash. You notice one of the half-eaten humanoids within the creature kind of regurgitates out onto the ground, and a single tendril is kind of attached to the creature, and then it suddenly begins to and rise as a creature under its control. So that is gonna be a zombie.
Man, I'm not about the action economy right now.
That's a little bit of a big zombie.
Fuck that thing.
There we go. As it pukes a zombie within 5 feet, so it's directly in front of it. That's its bonus action.
It's through a zombie?
Yeah, it puked out a zombie.
One of those days.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then as the
Zombie
creature
puke.
moves,
Zombie
5,
puke.
10, 15, 20, reach of 10 feet, it's going to go ahead and attack Hope in their sleep.
No.
Making 3 tentacle attacks against Hope. You are unconscious, so these are at advantage.
Wait, Jordy, with the doctor saying monster, do we not make perception checks and all
On
that?
your
or does that
turn.
happen
On your turn.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, at advantage because you are unconscious and sleeping. That's a natural 1 and a 19. So, that's going to hit on a 24. And the damage isn't huge.
I heard
actually,
multiple dice, Jordy.
Now wait a goddamn second. I heard multiple dice.
I just want to double check. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, so they're not... It's not an auto crit. It's just that it has advantage on the roll. Okay, so that's going to be 8 plus 2. So you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw in your sleep.
Okay. If I'm unconscious, do I get my advantage?
No, you do
or
not.
No? That sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. I rolled a 6.
6? Alright, so you also take an additional 13 points of poison damage. As Leaf, you see this... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
They do they get to add the D4 for Bless?
Oh, for Bless, yes.
If it doesn't matter, like...
No, for Bless it does matter. It was the aura that you don't get.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry.
Okay.
So if it was a 6 total, the D4 doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay, sorry, that was more what I meant.
But yeah, okay, so it's 13 points of bludgeoning damage. 10 points of bludgeoning, 13 points of poison damage. Second attack. At advantage. Ah. Son of a bitch. Lost my dice. First one is a 9, second one is a 7. That's only a 14 to hit, which I don't think hits your AC.
Nope.
They just like roll out of that.
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird thing, technically speaking. When you're sleeping, you're not sleeping in armor. But I'm going to say for the purposes of this, given the nature of this, you kind of would be, so it's fine. So second attack is going to miss as you roll over in your sleep at the right moment. Last one is a 17. This is a 17 hit.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit either. All right. So first attack slams down into you, injecting this poison. You suddenly start to writhe and shake in your sleep, trying to wake yourself up. 2 other attacks come in. Being hit by the creature, you are awake now, so you don't need to wake yourself up, and you can act normally on your first turn.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. After it moves, the zombie that it spawned moves. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25. It's going to come into engagement with Hope as well, and it's going to go ahead and make an attack. No longer at disadvantage. Or sorry, no longer at advantage because you're awake now. That's a natural 3, so that one's going to miss. Just want to double check because I don't think... Yeah, no,
You'll
it's not
love
gonna
to
matter.
see it.
Yeah, so that's going to miss. All right, so Hope, you just kind of being awoken as this tentacle slams itself into your body, waking up to see 2 more tentacles slamming down into the ground, you rolling out of the way, and then all of a sudden a shambling zombie just and tries to make a bite attack against you and misses.
We've had worse wake-ups. It's all good.
That's very true.
Exactly. All right. That's going to be its turn. And now we're on to next in the initiative order. Les, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw while you are unconscious.
Oh no!
You do have the bonus of a D4.
Oh my god!
Oh, and he
Well-
would.
I got a natural 1, but since I leveled up, I now have Indomitable, which means I get to re-roll a saving throw and take that number.
That's
All
good.
right. Let me just...
Does that work if you're asleep?
I'm checking that right now.
It just says re-roll a saving throw.
Yeah, you can re-roll a saving
That's
throw.
it.
That you fail. If you do, you must use the new roll, and you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. All right, go ahead and re-roll.
Oh boy! All right. So the new roll is not better, but it's 11.
11. And that's with the D4.
Oh no, plus 4. So
Plus
that's
D4.
Wait. You have to
Oh,
roll.
plus D4. Ah!
Does-
Great. So 14.
14.
Okay, one last thing. Hope isn't close enough to Les to get anything, right?
Correct. Les is on the other side of the rocks. Yeah. Les, on a 14, you just succeed. So,
Jesus.
with that, you are still unconscious, coughing in your sleep, but your blanket is kind of tied up around your face. It's blocking enough of this that it hasn't woken you up yet. You can go and go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage to try and wake up. Oh, sorry, regular perception check because the doctor shouted.
Okay, perception check. Gotcha. That is gonna be plus 4.
Would he have a bless on that as well?
No. Bless is saving throws.
I got 12.
12. Slumbering away. You just pull the blanket up over your head and shove your face into your pillow again. You're totally good. You are still sound asleep.
Ugh, stupid farts. Ugh.
All right, so Les, I'm going to mark you as still sleeping. Where's my...
Even with the Indomitable. Fuck.
where's my sleeping condition? I'm going to say you're slow. We'll put it that way.
Big Z's.
You're awake. You are not awake yet. All right,
Yeah, not
after
wrong.
Les, we come to Aluura.
Yay! Okay.
So, first thing, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
With a
I'm
D4,
asleep.
because you're asleep.
I am asleep. Is what I was.
Yeah.
Talk about new skills coming in handy right away.
Oh my god. Okay. Rolling on the table. Constitution.
Constitution.
14.
Okay. 14 just succeeds. Damn it. I really wanted you guys to get hit by this. Yep, nope, no effect. So you now get to make your perception check to try and wake up.
Unnatural 20.
A natural 20. All right, that's good enough. So with that, the doctor shouting and you kind of being a light sleeper at the best of times, kind of sit bolt upright and immediately reach and try to find something to cover your face to get rid of that smell. It is your turn to do that, but you are now fully awake and you can act on the following turn.
Okay. Can I do that and then bonus action untie my ankle?
No, there's nothing else you can. It's essentially waking up, realizing what's happening, and reaching for the mask to cover your face is your whole turn. It's only if somebody
Okay.
wakes you up as an action on their turn, then you get to act normally.
Okay.
All right, so that's going to be your turn. After that, we come to the second plant. It is going to do exactly the same thing. You notice it gurgling, and a couple of the limbs and bones kind of crush inside its body as it spawns a zombie in front of it. Actually, it's going to move first. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Then spawn the zombie. And then the zombie is going to go ahead and move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And Doctor, you're going to get hit, swiped by a zombie. Oh no,
Oh, no.
zombies only have 20 feet of movement. Boo. It can't make it there.
It
Can
Take
tripped.
that,
Can it make
you
it to
bag
hope?
of bones.
5, 10, 15. Okay, it's going to make it to hope.
Oh.
It's going to go ahead and make a single swipe attack against hope. That's going to be... Oh, it was so close. It's a 5. So this the zombie just shambling up towards you, Hope, and you starting to notice everybody piling on you as you're starting to wake up from your slumber, but not really doing too much damage quite yet.
I'm imagining, like when you see in cartoons where someone's holding back someone's head and they're just swiping.
Yes.
Like that's what I'm doing with these zombies right now.
All right. Hope, at the start of your turn, I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay. Is it my turn now?
Yep, bottom of the round.
Alright, I'm gonna roll 2 d20s and do it both at once if that's cool by you.
Yep, they're just separate rolls.
So one is a 15, one is a 9. Oh no, I get the d4, don't I?
You get the D4, yeah.
So one is an 11 and the other is a 16.
One is an 11, the other's a 16. Okay, so at the start of your turn, the waft of the stench that's permeating the air is incredibly thick, and you kind of are doing your best, and you're taking like a rag or something to try and get it out of the way, get it away, and reach for your mask and go to grab it to put it in front of your face, and in doing so realize just how close this creature is to you, and you instinctively take a deep breath. You are
immune to disease.
Immune to disease? I don't think it means immune to poison.
I think it could.
No, because it's fight the germ because no, immune to disease 5e. Because there's a specific thing that monks have that says they're immune to poison.
Yeah, I've just been because I have 2 screens right now, I've been looking and double checking and trying to find it, and apparently disease is very open-ended and counts towards magical ailments or other. But I will trust your DM judgment on this.
Disease is things like werewolves. You're immune to lycanthropy. You're immune to things like that. Poisoned is a separate one because that is an entirely separate immunity that monks have access to. Monk immune to poison. Yeah, is immune to poison damage and immune to the poison condition. So unfortunately, you are affected by this. So as a result, the stench of death. Each creature that starts its turn, blah blah blah. On a failed save, you are incapacitated until the end of your turn. You are just coughing and retching, and at this point, vomiting onto the ground in front of you, unable to take any actions of any kind. Unfortunately.
Well, that's unfortunate.
This is gonna be one of those fights.
Stay 10 feet away from everybody. So unfortunately, Hope, that is your turn. You're just doubled over, retching into the ground. The dinner, anything that you had on your watch is coming up, and you, at the end of it, just kind of cover your mouth again. You're no longer incapacitated. It's just for your turn, but you're just not able to do anything on your turn.
There goes the beans.
All right. So with that, it's starting to dissipate a little bit. We come to the top of the round. Elethe, you are outside of the range of anybody. You do not need to make a Constitution saving throw. So you are awake now, and you can move as you normally would. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm still tied to Hope.
Correct. So you just have to stay within 50 feet of Hope unless you use a bonus action to untie the rope.
I'm not going to really worry about untying it now, but can I ask a bit about the underbrush, all these bushes that are around?
Yeah.
Are they thick enough to kind of hide behind?
The trees, yes. The little bushes that are a little more separated, no.
Okay. Like the one
the big
Aluura
ones that take up a full square.
Okay, yeah. So if I sort of went behind, over here, I'd be hidden from sight from the creatures that are over there.
Do you think you would be?
Okay. Well, actually, okay. So let me just. Do these creatures, the plant thingies, do they look like anything I would have seen before? Would I have any idea of what kind of weaknesses they might have?
These things to you are entirely new. Zombie birthing plants. That's a thing you'd remember. This is not one of them.
Not into that. Okay. Well, I'm going to forego attacking this round in favor of pulling up behind that tree and next to Aluura on the dock and casting Flame Arrow on my quiver, which takes my full action.
All right.
I don't really think there's anything useful I can do as a bonus action. Yeah. I guess it's a bonus action. I'll untie myself from the rope just in case, but...
All right. You untie the rope, casting a flame arrow, your quiver starts to brighten up a little bit and lick flames coming up from some of the arrows that are coming outside of it. All right, that's going to be your turn. After you, we come to the doctor. No Constitution saving throws. The stench is starting to abate a little bit. What would you like to do?
Sorry, do I have to do a thing?
No, you don't. The stench is starting to move to shift with the wind a little bit. It seems that you are currently unaffected with the range you are.
Great. So, seeing that there's a whole bunch of fellers coming up from these guys and whatnot now, I would like to drop a fireball right there. Yes, is this doing a thing? Of course it's not.
Yeah, fireball right there. Yeah,
a little lower. So if I can hit from here, basically, so I can get the Zambos too.
Yep, and just barely avoid hope.
Yes, exactly.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'd say it's clear enough there that you don't have any big obstructions. You'd be fine to be able to pick a point, and you have dark vision. So yeah, sure. So you do that. They make dex saves, yes?
Yes, they do.
All right, so we'll go with the zombies first. Zombie 1 and Zombie 2. Dex save, -2. No, they cannot succeed. Even on a natural 20, they cannot succeed.
Big fan.
The corpse flowers, however... also both fail. 16 and a 5.
Love it.
So that's full failures all around.
So this is going to be 10d6, Jordy.
Okay. 10d6 boom damage.
Yes.
Light him up! Light him up!
First set is... Hold on. 18 on the first 5.
Okay.
And...
Sorry, I'm just so distracted. Like, I think it's wonderful that Amanda is dancing, but I have no idea what it is that she's dancing to, or if it's just this moment.
Literally nothing. I'm meditating.
That's 16 on the second set of 5, Jordy. So
16?
That's...
All right.
Yeah. Not the best rolls, but it's something, and it's all fire damage against plant guys.
All right. Good to know. Sorry, I'm just quickly resizing something here.
Oh, that's good.
There we go.
Did these guys seem pretty burnt for it?
So the zombies instantly incinerate.
Love it.
They both fall to the ground dead and completely unconscious. The flowers take... Sorry, how much was the total damage?
Oh, shit. Oh, boy.
Well,
the first one was, I think, 15?
The first one was 18.
18, thank you. And the second one was 16.
Okay, so 34. Okay, so 34.
34 fire damage.
That sounds about right. Okay, so minus 34 and minus 34. They definitely look hurt. The one especially that you hit with Blight, you can notice some of the charred edges are really starting to burn up, and some of the tentacles are starting to get a little bit shorter. Still standing, though.
Yeah, being as how it's fire, it's not doing anything fancy.
Doesn't seem to be doing anything fancy, but it was enough damage from the fireball. The sheer size of the explosion was enough to completely incinerate the 2 zombies, which you guys know from previous experience can sometimes be tough to put down.
Love that for us. Good, and I am just going to continue to back off a hair in case I need to keep hitting them with things.
Sounds good. Backing up a little bit. You notice the further you're getting away, the easier it is to breathe as well. That's one thing I will say.
I like that for me.
Further away. Okay, so that's going to be your turn. After you, we come to Elethe.
Oi. No, wait, not me. Leaf.
All good. Okay, do I have to make any saving throws?
From where you are, no, you do not.
Okay, cool. I'm going to move over to where the doctor is.
Okay.
Gonna wander there. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't have a clear... Okay, sorry. Do I have clear vision of this creature that's in front of Hope right now?
Right now, yes, because it's moved within 30 feet of you.
Okay, cool. Okay, then in that case, I'm going to. Gonna shoot. Cast Guiding Bolt at 3rd level.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. All right, sweet. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh, son of a bitch. That's...
That. Sorry. 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
Okay, sweet. Hey, all right, 66. Let's go.
Scary.
Oh my goodness. Kept rolling. It sounds scary. It's not great. That's 22 points of damage.
22. All right. But with that, you notice the creature, the impact of the what's it called?
A guiding bolt?
I was about to say shining bolt. Guiding bolt. Impacting against the creature, it lights up a massive swath of light across the entirety of the area. You start to notice that you can see a little bit further with that, and all of you feel like next time you go to hit this thing, it's probably going to be a little bit easier.
Cool. Okay, and now I'm going to move to where the doctor's at.
Awesome. All right. Also, super quick, Elethe, we had the chat going. Kitty, what's the kitty's name? Say hi for Kitty.
Oh, her name is Spade.
Spade.
Yeah. Like
We
the
love
other
Spade.
page in the deck of cards. Hang on. I'll see if she wants to say hi one more time. Come here, little girl. Oh, my goodness.
She's our mascot.
Yeah. Spade Kitty.
Hi, sweet pea. She's like, no, excuse. This is not what I want to be doing. I want to be hunting below the cupboards. It's okay. Goodbye.
Yeah, so that's Spade.
It's okay to be camera shy. We
She's
accept
a little camera shy. She doesn't always like it when I try to take cute pictures of her. She's like, do you mind?
You're welcome, Gold Individual 95. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So, this is why I'm on your chat. All right, so, Leaf, that was your turn, your action, your movement. Did you want to do anything as a bonus?
I believe my bonus action. I think I cast a spell, so I'm good.
Okay, awesome. All right, that's going to be your turn. After you, we come to the first of the plants. So it being adjacent to Hope, taking all of these heavy impacts, seeing the first zombie that it spawned get just completely incinerated by the fireball that came through, starting to look a little bit worse for wear. You notice previously where it had done, it kind of opened itself up and had expelled one of the zombies. Instead, it kind of closes itself, and you just start to hear cracking of bones, and then all of a sudden little bits of metal start to pop out from the side as some of its limbs begin to regrow. It's going to go ahead and digest a humanoid corpse to regain hit points. I love these creatures. Digest.
Oh,
One that's already in its maw.
Yeah. It regains 13 hit points.
And Jordy, that's this first plant monster. That's the one that's pretty damaged.
Yeah, that's the one that's looking pretty rough. It deciding rather than give life to a zombie, it was going to take the life from the zombie and ingest it. I love these things. All right, so that's going to be its
That's pretty metal
thing, and then from there, seeing exactly how annoying things have become, it's going to slide a little bit over 5, 10, 15. Damn, it's not quite within range of the doctor. Elethe, this is going to make a couple of tentacle attacks against you. First one is natural 1.
Ooh.
Damn. Second one, however, is a 22.
Yeah, all right.
And the third tentacle attack is a 17.
Fuck. Yeah, this hits, I think. I think I'm 16. No, 17's my AC, so it meets.
It meets, so that is a hit. All right, so it's going to be some bludgeoning damage at first. So first attack hits for 8 bludgeoning plus poison. So 8 bludgeoning, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Look, all right. Let's see here.
Is a leaf within 10 feet of me, according to this map?
She is not. She's 15.
False.
12.
12? 12 is... sorry?
Oh, and bless. Sorry, I got blessed too.
You do have bless, yep.
16.
16 is a success. You do not take the poison damage.
Yeah.
All right. However, the second tentacle attack does come in. That's going to be another 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Okay, and it was 8 first and 10 bludgeoning for the second.
Correct.
Okay. Just keeping track. All right. Constitution. Fuck, that's not gonna make it. 7.
7 is a failure. Ooh, good damage. 23 points of poison damage. 3 6s and a 5. But you are not poisoned. You just take the poison damage.
I would prefer that.
All right. That is going to be its turn. It's going to end its turn adjacent to you guys. After you, we come to Les. You are still asleep. Les,
All right.
I need you to make a perception check to try and wake up.
Perception check.
Here we go.
We'll say at advantage now because there's been a gigantic fucking fireball.
People are like shouting.
Shut up, guys! Jesus, what's wrong with you? I got a natural
Who's
19.
Jesus?
So.
All right, so that's good enough. So you just kind of are just like, it's making
friend.
so much noise, and then all of a sudden you just hear a and all of a sudden you what the fuck? So you are bolt upright, but immediately pulling your blanket up over your face. You are unable to act on your first turn, but you are now awake. You are no longer considered asleep.
So I can't take my turn?
Correct. It's your full turn essentially is you waking up and grabbing the thing to cover the mask, to cover the stench that's wafting over you.
What if I action surge?
If you action surge, you could do that. Because it uses your action to your bonus in your movement to wake up. And if you wanted to action surge, all you would get is action. That's it. You don't get anything else.
And just for flavor, you'd be tangled in the blanket while you're doing this.
That's very funny.
What the kick? I'll save it for next round.
All right, saving it for next round. Good to know. All right, after Les, we come to Aluura, now able to act normally, and noticing that the stench seems to have abated a fair bit, you actually are no longer affected by it. So you don't need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sweet. That's exciting. I am attached to Leaf.
You are attached to Leaf.
Leaf,
Okay.
but I unhooked it off me, so technically you're not attached to anyone?
You have a 50-foot rope dangling off your leg.
Yeah.
You're unattached.
Sweet. Okay. And we said that was a bonus action?
No, you don't need to do anything, because Leaf already untied the other end.
Right.
So you just have a rope that's attached to you with nothing on the other end, so you can act totally normally.
Okay. I'm going to head through those trees.
Okay.
And attack that thing.
Okay. Do you want to jump around to the other side of Elethe, or do you want to go in between the trees?
I'd like to go in between the trees.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. I'll move you there. So right about there.
Sure.
All right. Cool. That's going to be your 5 feet of movement to start off, and you've got your attacks. Go ahead and make your first one.
And I would get a D4 with that, right?
Because you're blessed, yes.
Is it attack?
Yeah, it's attacks and saving throws. It's just not ability checks.
Okay. 25 to hit?
Yeah. You're so inquisitive.
5?
25? Oh, we're 11. Do I get more D? Do I get... Oh, no, I don't, because I didn't take a level in rogue.
Correct, you do not.
Okay, 8. Uh, 31 points of damage.
31 points of damage? Just 31.
Just 31.
All right.
It's a small little 30.
Aluura just like steps up and she kind of like because there's 2 trees, and she just kind of like leans in and just like straight up stabs. She's just like super annoyed by this thing.
You just like straight up lean, arms crossed, grab your rapier with your off hand and just go, and just poke it. And all of a sudden this massive ice blossom covers it across the front of it, and little bits of it start to flake off. It is looking real rough at this point. That's just a casual 31.
Just a casual 31. Cool. I will then also take a shot.
Okay.
With the hand cross.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. And 21?
21 also hits.
Man, my weapons are good.
Man, I'm so cool.
I just like I used to think my like hand cross was kind of like dinky, but like it's kind of not.
No.
Not when you're a rogue. Hand crossbows are like your bread and butter.
Okay, so that'll be a D6
Plus your dex.
plus 1.
Plus 1?
Yeah, because my bolt is a plus 1 bolt.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yep.
A magic bolt.
Your magic returning bolt.
9 points of damage.
9 points. All right. Good to know. So yeah, this creature with that bolt sticking into it, you notice that where the bolt stuck in, you kind of impaled one of the zombie heads that's in the middle of its body, and now it's just got a bolt kind of sideways flicking back and forth until it reappears back inside your weapon. That's going to be your action, your bonus. You've got 5 squares of movement left if you want to go anywhere else.
I'll maybe back up.
Yeah, just back up a little bit with your free disengage.
Back up, 3, so 2 squares behind me, so I'm 3 squares away.
Gotcha. All right, that's good. Okay, after you, we come to the second plant. Hope you're on deck after that, and you do get a turn this time, I promise. So, 5, 10, 15, 20. It's going to go ahead and get engaged with you. There's going to be 3 attacks against you, but you are no longer unconscious.
Oh, congratulations.
I know.
First one is an 11, which misses. Second one is a 21, which hits, I believe.
Balls.
Yep.
Yeah,
And third one is an 18.
Hits.
18 also hits. All right, so first one, bludgeoning damage is 10 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Plus a D4. That is 12.
Did you include your bonus because you're conscious now?
I did.
Okay, yeah, 12 is a failure, unfortunately. So you do take the poison damage. That's 6, 10. So that's another 16 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Still conscious?
Yeah, I'm still conscious,
Okay.
but I'm just like
Triple digits,
Getting
man.
there. So the third attack also hits. So the bludgeoning damage for that one is 9. So 9 bludgeoning. And I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 12 again.
12 again. More poison. 7. And another 6. So another 13 points of poison damage.
Sweet. Thank you, George.
You're welcome. But
Thank you.
with
so
that,
much.
the creature now directly in front of you, looking at this situation and realizing it's still relatively healthy, another zombie creature appears directly in front of you as another zombie enters the battle, and it's going to go ahead and make a single swipe. Hiya! 4!
Does not hit.
Yeah, 4 misses. Damn, zombies can't do shit. Anyway, but yeah, so the zombie gets puked out in front of you, just makes a lazy swipe in front of your face, and you just easily just like grab the hand and snap and break the hand off. No issues at all with that one. All right, so now it is your full turn. You've got the creatures in front of you. What do you want to do? And Elethe, you're on deck.
Yeah, the zombies are kind of useless, yeah?
They don't seem to hit especially hard, but you know from experience they're just kind of annoying to kill. Not for you, but for everybody else.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna try and hit it with my great sword.
Hit the big guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the one that's closest to me. I'm ignoring the zombie for now.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Will I get the D4 on my attack roll, or is it only on saving? Cool.
Attacks and saving throws.
Sweet. And I'm going to put in... I think I'm probably just gonna go for a level 3 Divine Smite as well.
Alright, let's go ahead and see if you hit.
Fingers crossed. Hang on. That is 18.
18 does hit.
Fuck yeah!
So, what dice are you rolling there, Hope?
So I have 2d6 from the greatsword.
Yep.
And I have, for Divine Smite, I have 5d8.
It should only be 4d8.
4d8?
Because the creature is not undead. It spawns undead, but it is a plant.
But I get that extra d8 to roll now, don't
So you do. So that's it's a different thing where like Divine Smite is based on the level you're rolling, and then the 1d8 is just all the time. You don't even need Divine Smite for that. So yeah, it's just straight up. Even if you don't use Divine Smite, you get the d8.
Sweet. But yeah, because a level 3 Divine Smite is 4d8.
Yeah.
And then I get a 5th one because I have...
Exactly.
I'm strong.
Yeah. So, just a casual first attack of 2d6 plus 5d8.
Super cash.
Yeah, super cash.
Yeah. Just casually rolling 7 dice. Woo.
And then adding even more numbers afterwards.
Oh my goodness.
Berries.
Wow. I rolled really badly. Hang on, I'm gonna have to recount this because I'm like shocked at how badly I've managed to roll. 24 points of damage.
24. All right. Still a good chunk.
A lot of ones.
I rolled 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, and 1 6.
Rough.
Oh, that happens though. That happens.
Get some F's in the chat for that one.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so that's your first attack.
And I'm gonna do the exact same thing again, because why the fuck not?
Sounds good. Go and roll an attack to hit.
Okay. Ooh, this is a 26 to hit.
26 also hits. Go and roll the same damage dice.
Thank you. I don't know why I threw it back into the bloody thing, but I
Pick them all out one by one.
Yeah. Okay. I have them all now. Ooh, one jumped out the box. Okay, that's a bit better. That's 33 hit points.
33. All right, good to know. So 2 heavy impacts as Hope takes their sword back and just carves, cleaving not only through the creature, but through all the corpses embedded in its stomach as it's trying to engorge some of them or dispel a couple of them to animate. Definitely looking hurt. Big trails of purplish black ichor on the ground. Anything else? Got it.
No.
Sorry.
Knocking bugs.
That tribute so much. One flew by my screen.
Actually, as a bonus action, can I do another spell even though I've been doing Divine Smite, or no?
Divine Smite doesn't count as a spell. It just uses your spell slots. So yes.
Then I would like to cast Shield of Faith and add to AC to Elethe.
All right, Elethe, you have a bonus of 2 to your AC.
Thanks, Hope. You're the bomb.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds right.
I'm
All
the
right.
shit.
And with that, Hope, your turn ends. Elethe, top of the round. We're up to you. Doctor, you're on deck.
Sweet.
Noted.
Finally trying to do some damage. So now that my quiver is kind of a fire, so from where I am kind of behind this tree, do I feel like reasonably I might get some cover, and the one that's over here that I just pinged might not be able to see me?
You would have to make a full stealth check to try and hide in order to do that.
Okay, that answers my question, if I could get psychic damage or not. So if not, I'm gonna... which one of these is looking for damage? The one by Hope?
The one directly in front of you is, like, bleeding from every orifice, and its body is torn in half. The other one is looking pretty rough, but definitely not on the same level.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna try and take one down, just get it off the field. So I will pull out one of my flaming arrows from my quiver and try and attack it with sharpshooter.
So just as a heads up, you are within 5 feet, so the attack is going to be at disadvantage, which is something that even sharpshooter doesn't fix.
Okay. I'm engaged with it though, right? So
You
if
are.
I try to move back. Fuck.
Just jump back. You got this.
Yeah, whatever. I'll just try and like take a few steps back over here anyway.
All right, it's going to go ahead and make a single tentacle attack against you. Huh!
Oh,
That's a 1, right?
Well,
natural
It's a
20!
It's a natural 20. So,
Should
I
You'll
need
be
you to
fine,
make a
don't worry.
Constitution saving throw first off for the poison.
Okay. But oh wait, I'm still not where I was though. I was kind of near Hope. Was I 10 feet from them?
No,
Okay.
you were 15 feet from them.
you do get the D4 though.
17.
17 does succeed. So thankfully you don't take 8d6 poison damage. It's an all or nothing. So you only take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
1-5.
1-5.
Okay. Thank you. All right,
welcome.
I can deal with.
Damn. Oh, I would have loved to hit you. That would have been 12d6 damage
I've
on
never
that.
gotten to use this fucking spell.
Jordy. How
I want to
rude.
use it. Let me cast.
Oh, wait.
arrows.
Actually, it's a concentration spell. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Thank you for reminding me.
Didn't my Constitution saving throw that I just did count for that?
No, that was to resist the poison. That would have probably hit you for like 30. So you need a con save of more than 10.
you do
Yeah,
get
that's
the
fine. I rolled a-
D4. Right?
18
18.
plus. So
You more than enough.
21.
So you just kind of, as this tentacle reaches out and wraps around your leg and just kind of pulls you back down to the ground a little bit before you eventually evade its grasp, you feel your concentration starting to wane, and you just go, no, fuck that shit. Ah! You just rip arrows out of your bag. Go for it. Make your attacks.
Ugh.
So
Okay.
first attack with sharpshooter.
First attack, so yep, sharpshooter, so -5. So 19, including the -5.
19 hits.
Okay.
It's more than enough.
Okay.
It's at 8 hit points, so it's dead. So as you pull the first arrow back, Flame getting especially strong, pissed off at how much damage this fucking thing has done to you, you just release it and the entire thing just burns outwards from the inside. Second attack.
Okay. I'm gonna go over at the plant creature that's engaged with Hope at the moment.
Go for it.
Also
Same. Yeah.
sharpshooter. There goes my D4.
Watch it be a natural 20.
6 feet. 16, 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Okay, and then that's going to be 2 6s. So 6 of fire damage, and including the sharpshooter damage, 18 piercing.
18 piercing. Very nice. Looking real rough, definitely on its last legs. About as similar hurt as the previous one you saw and killed.
Cool. Great.
All right, so that's your action and your movement. Nothing is a bonus, I'm guessing?
No, because I don't really want to interrupt my fire arrow.
Sounds good. After you, we come to the doctor.
Hello.
Don't get.
I intend to. I just learned this, which was a fun thing for me. I now have 3 Eldritch Blasts
Yes,
per
you do.
turn,
Woo!
which is pretty cool.
11th
So
level.
I am going to, tracing a triangle in the air, summon a blast from each point of it, and aim all 3 of them at this fucking dumb plant thing.
Well, there
I'm
are...
gonna kill this like a millennial kills a succulent.
All right, sounds good.
Send that.
That's a good one. I like that. All right, go ahead and make your attacks.
Yeah. Number 1. And this is with Bless, yeah?
With Bliss, yeah.
Sick. So the first one is a 14.
14 hits.
Love it.
Yeah, these things aren't hard to hit.
Even better. Second one is a 16.
16 hits.
And the last one is another 14.
Another 14. All 3 of them hit. We'll save you the rolls as your
Sure.
triangular Triforce summoning comes out, and the 3 points of the Eldritch Blast just fire 3 holes directly through the creature and then converge towards the center, effectively just creating an entire triangle directly through the creature, and then outwards and shatter it into a million pieces. Hope you've got little bits of corpse that are kind of tossed on you as the doctor is directly beside. The creature is fully and utterly disintegrated.
Love that for us.
Did Hope
Alright.
just get a zombie plant bukake? Like,
I didn't say it, you did.
To be fair, we still have a zombie on the field, so
We do, so there is more
there's
chances.
still time.
Maybe you can tame this one. So, Doc, that's going to be your turn. Next up, we come to Leaf. You see a single solitary zombie making very slow swipes, but deliberate, at Hope. What would you like to do?
Yeah. I would like to cast. Goodness. Do it. I don't want to flex on the thing.
Do it.
No. Well, I don't know if we're going to recover our spell slots after
You're
this.
about, yeah, it's when you complete a long rest, you get all your spell slots back.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'm going to...
6th level.
Yeah, I'm going to use this 6th level... 6th level... 6th level Guiding Bolt.
Yeah, do it up. Make your ranged spell attack.
So that is 22 to hit.
Yeah, 22 hits. Go and roll the damage.
Cool.
Meanwhile, Les Paul still struggling with his blanket, trying to get up.
That seemed alright. You know, that's not that crazy. It's only 31 points of damage.
Oh, not that crazy. Instantly
Well, I think-
evaporated.
It is radiant damage, I
Yeah,
believe.
which means that it doesn't even get to make its saving throw to try and stay alive.
Cool.
So, with that, as the as the gigantic beacon of radiant energy forms from Leaf, lest you just kind of cover your eyes and start to look at the battlefield, try to figure out what the hell is going on. You just see a charred corpse standing, and then just vanish to ash. Into
Definitely
the
want
end
to
of the
say I
wind.
hit it like a Care Bear stare, kind of.
Ah, Care Bear stare.
If I see that charred corpse kind of fall over and then finally get the blanket off of me and see everyone just been in a tussle, I immediately look over to Leaf and go, "Dude, this is not my fault. This was not my fault. I tried.
Oh,
I tried to get up and get to the. I tried to get up and the blanket was not me. I'm sorry. All right. I'm gonna. I'll be better. I'm gonna be able to get up and fight. I swear to God. Please don't get mad at me again. I swear I'm gonna be able to be okay."
It's good, dude. That was probably my bad. I mean, we're good. Everyone's good. We talked it out. Everyone cool?
Oh, I hope doesn't look too good.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty rough, to be honest, after that.
Okay.
Oh god. I'm gonna get up and rip part of my blanket and go over to Hope and start trying to tend to wounds, but not very well and probably hurt them more, and then just try to poke and prod.
Can I check the corpses and see if there's anything good on them?
Sure. So Les, as you're kind of burritoing a standing Hope, and then just realizing, oh, you should be lying down, and then you just kind of push them over a little bit, and they just fall to the ground, burritoed in the blanket, and not able to move. Hope you're ready for some sleep, and this one's gonna heal a lot of those wounds better than Les's dirty blanket will.
I don't know if this will help, and I'll cast Cure Wounds on them at 5th level, so they get a 28 points of healing.
How many?
28.
It does help quite a bit.
Just kind of take the edge off, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate the amount to which we're flexing right now.
Isn't it like the middle of the night? Like if we rest for a bit longer, might we recover a little bit?
Oh yeah, everybody's going to fully recover, but you also get your spell slots back, so it's more just in case something else comes.
Right.
Couple extra hit
If
points.
someone felt like healing me up as well, then I wouldn't mind. But
Oh, sure, and I'll walk over. Actually, I feel like I'm tempting fate with this. Casting on my life.
Tell you what, like, Leaf, considering you helped heal me, I can help heal. And I go over and I just kind of go. And then,
All right,
yeah,
and dump a bunch of healing.
and yeah, how does 30 hit points sound?
oh, that's fantastic, friend. Thank you so much for your help.
Perfect.
I was still up, but like, but halfway down, honestly, like it was not great. So appreciate it.
Oh, happy to help. And yeah, I realize I should have asked before touching you, especially considering I kissed my little hands. But
No, you're good, friend. We have ongoing consent, so don't stress unless it's something that seems like it might be real out of the unusual.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
So as the COVID flowers burn away,
Oh my goodness.
Doctor rummaging through the remains, go ahead and make a investigation check for me.
Love that for me. Investigation, yeah, Jordy?
Yes, sir.
Love it. That is a 26.
26. Yeah, looking through, there's not a ton. The corpses are partially digested in a lot of different ways. Some of them don't really have faces anymore. Some of them are missing a leg. You managed to find, a handful of copper and silver pieces. We'll say 17 copper and about 9 silver. But other than that, it's broken little bits of armor, a rusty sword, a dagger that's had the tip broken off, that kind of thing. Nothing really any of
Can I
any
make
use.
out what the skeletons were?
They're definitely humanoid. A couple of them you see are probably orcs of some kind, not quite the same dark skin tone ones that you had seen before. A couple of humans here and there. You notice a little bit of the less of the armored ones, but more of the ones that are not wearing armor seem to be wearing clothes that are kind of indicative of daytime travelers that probably just fell off the path a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Elethe?
I just wanted to kind of like investigate the plant things a bit and sort of see, like I haven't seen this sort of thing before, so I'm just curious to know kind of more what they are, if they can give me any kind of clues to what sort of creatures we might find in the high forest, or this part of the high forest.
Sure. Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Okay.
Would you like any assistance, friend?
Yeah, I'd love some if you felt like looking them over with me.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
One day that's
absolutely.
your specialty.
Yeah, I'd rather let you do the rolling though, if that makes
Sure.
sense.
Yeah, I could definitely just a helpful presence is always good.
So add
I don't
advantage.
still get blessed for this, right?
Sorry?
No bless for this, right?
No.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so one of those was great, and one of those was not so great. So thank you for your help, Hope. Sorry, you said nature check?
Yes.
21.
And is that with your extra bonus? Okay.
It's
So
only,
21.
I only get 2 on that because I'm not proficient in nature. So
Oh, okay, fair enough. So 21. Whatever these creatures are, mutated large bushes and kind of plant amalgamations, completely unnatural. Whatever is causing this, and kind of looking around a little bit and seeing the trees kind of bowing over the path and kind of encroaching on where the natural order would be, you feel like the two might be connected in some way.
So it feels like whatever sort of warping the forest to feel unfriendly is the same kind of thing that's behind warping this plant creature into sort of being, corrupted and creating zombies.
Yeah, a little carnivorous.
Okay.
All right. I will say one thing that you do notice, however, is the plant itself is not undead. It is very much a living, regular plant. It's just that it's been changed in its nature.
Right. So, like, I guess to use the example of like a pitcher plant or a carnivorous plant that eats bugs, it's kind of like that, but on a grander scale, and it's with like humanoids, except for instead of digesting them totally, it just sort of animates them back to undead.
That's one of the things that you did notice is that it can digest them, or it can give them new life. It hits both ends of the spectrum.
Does it feel like it was like mutated and grown and not created? Like, it doesn't remind me of the things at, say, the Abbey that were like put together?
Correct. It doesn't remind you of that. It doesn't look like there's anything that would cause this to be unnaturally created by an individual, more created by the environment.
It was grown, not like put together.
Correct.
Corrupted.
Yeah.
Yes, it was corrupted rather than created.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. So, with that, everybody turning back in for the evening, reattaching your ropes. All right. So, the rest of the evening, we will forgo checks. Because there are no further encounters.
Rock doesn't show up?
No. The rocks underneath your feet start to just nom 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 nom. No, for the rest of the evening, nothing else seems to transpire. You start to notice that a little bit of the forest encroaching actually starts to abate a little bit, as if it's kind of recognizing the strength that you had and realizes that you might not be its correct targets.
Burn.
Nice.
Interesting.
So I wonder if this like corruption is a defense mechanism to protect whoever, like protect the seal on the cage or jail or coffin that is holding who we think is Gorga. What did we
Gorgoth?
Yeah.
I think it could
I
be
wonder
that.
if like if Grandfather Tree, it sounds like Grandfather Tree kind of is a protector and a warden of the forest. So maybe like the forest is being kind of boosted for anyone who's heading in that direction to keep them from arriving at the Grandfather Tree, because the Grandfather Tree doesn't want anyone to potentially release this being.
I wonder if we get to like go inside the Grandfather Tree. That would be really cool. Like it had a mouth or something. We could walk into it. That would be really cool.
Or talk to it. Maybe learn a song from it.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. But I mean, it's either that or maybe this is Gorgoth affecting some sort of influence on everything.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Yeah,
too.
that's what my initial thought was. But
I think that's what Aluura is saying. Like,
I think it's one of the. I mean, they're related. There's some way related.
like, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with a lot of types of plant life, and for sure, sort of plant kind of creatures can be dangerous, but they don't usually create undead. That to me seems something real unnatural, which I think is what Aluura is saying. It supports the theory that like whatever's causing the forest to twist like this, it's maybe possibly demonic in nature, corrupted, or it has a corrupting effect, like you said.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that like it seems like the like the heaviness of the forest is abated a little bit. So it seems like the forest is recognizing that we are like we're not maybe here to we're obviously not here to release this awful creature. We're here to like make sure that the chains are like solid and maybe get some knowledge in terms of what's happening to leave, but like making sure that this person stays captive. So that I feel like the forest is wanting this creature to stay captive, and it's recognizing that we're here to do that too. It's not trying to stop us.
I'm not totally sure about that. Like, I mean, certainly there are trees and sort of holy in a nature sort of based way, creatures or entities. that can have a kind of cognition. Not sure if the grandfather tree is or not. I think that maybe it's possible that the forest is just lightened because sort of the current threat is gone, or the current manifestation of the corruption, the evil in this place right now has been defeated. It could be. Honestly, it could be either though. You know, I mean, you might be worried. It might be. I guess I'm just thinking, if it can sense this far, how would it know our intent that way?
Right.
But
maybe it's both of those things. Maybe that what we just killed was a corruption from Gargoth. What the?
That's what I was thinking, was because it's possible that Gargoth is contained within the grandfather tree, according to the scroll. It sort of makes sense, like it's corrupting, or there is corrupting influence would then be spreading to the forest and the area that the grandfather tree is intrinsically connected with.
Right. I feel like it what I was interpreting that poem to say is that the grandfather tree is like a watcher and a warden to keep him. So either Gorgoth has subtly started to escape. Yeah, I don't know. I think we need to get closer to know more.
I mean, we'll find out by tomorrow as we continue journeying. If it gets worse, like it could be any of those things. Really, we just don't have information yet.
Les,
yeah,
you looked like you had something to add.
Yes, as they were sort of chatting about the trees, the twisted nature of the forest, this dark energies, wanted to kind of just sort of take that cue, let that swirl in my head a bit, start making my way over to one of the trees nearby, and just kind of take out a dagger and just kind of take out a chunk of bark from it and study it, since I have such an intricate nature of wood from carpentering for a long time.
Okay.
Hey, it's true.
Okay. Go ahead and make
Dealing with wood a lot of the time.
Go ahead and make
get some sense of, like, could this be a thing?
Yeah, make a nature check at advantage because of the way that you tied that into your backstory. I like that.
Yeah.
Aww.
Okay, so advantage. Ooh, natural.
You better ID the fuck out of this.
You better learn Leaf Shield, bro.
Douglas Fir.
Yeah, just natural 19. Straight up.
19? Okay. The wood itself seems normal. You kind of are into the wood a little bit, scraping off some of the bark. You get a little bit deeper in. And then you start to realize that with the darkness around, the wood looks normal. And it is, eventually. But something around the outside of the wood, the couple of rings that are closer to where you would actually see it during the day, is darker. As if the wood itself is being permeated by something moving towards its very core. It'd be amazing to work with. You'd make a hell of a table. But something about it it's not natural. What's happening?
So there's definitely some sort of... It's reacting to some sort of energy nearby.
You're not sure?
Maybe.
Les, what are you doing with that wood over there?
I'm just taking another look at the forest here, and I have worked with a lot of wood with these hands, and definitely just backing up on what you guys are all saying, what you're all saying about the forest maybe twisted in some way.
So
What?
we're all in agreement then, right?
Sorry, we're resident 13-year-olds. Yeah, I've worked with a lot of wood in my day.
Yeah,
These hands have held a lot of wood.
A lot of hard wood is passed in this
Bring it out, back and forth,
Up and down.
up and down, smoothing those cylinders all
Jesus.
day long.
Anyway, sorry. I looked at Amanda. We both just had the same thought. I'm just like, I need to cover my face. So
I should know better. Yeah, doesn't feel right. I'm with Elethe here. there's something affecting these woods for sure.
All
Right. Like, I think that's all we can really get from this. So let's get some rest. Everyone rest up, because, you know, those things are fairly easily dispatched, but they all still injured us, and who knows what we might have to face tomorrow.
Yep. I'm into interesting. By killing those creatures, did we create any more clearing? Like, are we able to sleep any closer to one another now, Jordy? Or do we still have to be, like, distanced?
You're still pretty distanced apart. It's more just the landscape in general is kind of forcing you to be a little bit apart from where you are right now. There's probably going to be more areas, you know, on future days that you'll be able to sleep a bit closer. But just for the evening tonight, you've got to be a little bit more distanced.
Okay. Because I turn to Leaf and I'm like, I'm sorry that I don't think there's enough space for us to sleep next to one another.
Oh, that's okay, Hope. Yeah, you know, we'll get it. You know, maybe tomorrow. That'd be just make up for, you know, we had a lot of good times in the daddy wagon. So
That we did.
That's fair. Yeah, you know, not tonight, but maybe another one. But I appreciate that.
Yeah, just wanted to check in with you. I know that I'm a little sad sometimes when we don't get to sleep next to one another.
No, that's fair. Me, myself included. And I'll kind of really no. Okay, well, I'll just be over by this stump over here. If you wanna, you know, just like shout or anything. I can't see shit, but
Don't worry, I can see for the both of us.
that's appreciated. Thank you.
All right. So as sleep takes you, Doctor and Leaf, you're able to complete your watch with nothing further transpiring. Leaf, third watch, you can go ahead and roll for that one.
More monsters.
I'm sorry, my pillow talks dropped off.
Perception, right? Sorry. 27.
27. On your fucking guard. You know what is in these forests. You know there is nothing in these forests. And your watch ends. Aluura and Les, last ones. You two go ahead and make perception checks for me.
Do we still get bless? Or is that...
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Bless only lasts for 1 minute. And doesn't do checks anyway.
8.
15.
15? Less?
8.
8. All right. Les, you're tending to your wounds. You're not really too worried. Sorry, not tending to your wounds, I should say. You're just kind of pissed off at your blanket. You're still wrapped up in it, trying to escape your blanket for the better part of the first 20 minutes of your watch.
Practice quick release methods of just like,
Yeah.
A quick release blanket?
Yeah.
That's right. So I won't
Okay.
get tangled in next time something sneaks up on us.
Okay, sure.
Aluura, do you think I should just like cut this blanket in the middle? You know, maybe with like
Yeah.
some sort of snap button or something, so I can be like,
Yeah, no,
just like rip it open in case something bad happened.
There's this really fancy closure from where I'm from. It's called Velcro, and it like comes apart really fast. So like if we cut down your blanket and put some Velcro down, that should like make it really quick.
Is
They
that
don't have Velcro where I'm from.
is that
Oh, you guys all froze. No, unfreeze. I was expecting the term, is that canon?
don't
I was gonna go get some
There we go.
water, but now I'm back glorious holes.
I'm so sad that my computer froze and I missed all of that. I literally missed. I got Velcro and then I heard Elethe go, "Is that?" And then it all froze.
They were talking about cutting holes down the front of Les's blanket, so I asked if it was the glorious hole blanket technique that I'd heard so much about.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. This, the BC special of those glorious holes. Yeah.
Woo!
Officially endorsed by the British Columbia government as safe sex during the coronavirus.
I thought you were about to ask, is it canon? And I was, yes, it is now canon. Aluura, your family invented Velcro.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I mean,
So you come from a
Yeah,
Velcro
you
empire?
mean that's
it
That's
It
why
matches.
he has so much money.
it makes sense.
doesn't not fit.
Hang on, we're gonna lose audio here for 10 seconds. I gotta quickly swap my headphones. They're dying. One sec.
Okay, everybody say something really gross.
So this is actually
Glory
why
holes.
Aluura. It's a rejection of how loud Velcro is. That's fascinating.
There we go.
Ooh.
I actually feel like Aluura would have left because she felt Velcro was too undignified. Like she was like, no, excuse me, we're gonna have
Laces?
buttons and like,
family.
Yeah, I lace my shoes. I don't have Velcro.
yeah,
It was
fuck
too
Velcro.
loud to sneak. It was too loud to be a rogue with Velcro to like try and do your shoes up.
All right.
Okay.
Don't take out the light up shoes.
Trying to come home after a night of sneaking and having to undo those Velcro shoes woke up the whole fucking house. That's what did it. All right. So anyway, final watch ending. Aluura, unless everything you can tell, as far as you can tell, the forest just keeps opening up a little bit more, allowing a little bit more light in. It seems like whatever was afflicting it maybe isn't abating, but is allowing you a little bit of an easier passage through.
I'm also going to be whittling down that piece of bark that I took and start making just like a long leaf-like object from it,
All right.
like a,
Sounds good.
like a long fern.
Long frond.
Yes.
All right, sounds good. So waking up the following day, the woods around look pretty similar, but the canopy is opened up just a little bit. Everybody preparing for the to head off. Elethe, I'll go ahead and get you to make another survival check for me.
Sure thing. 31.
31? Yeah. At this point, nothing's going to surprise you anymore. You're fully prepared. You know what's coming. You know what's there. You know what isn't. You're feeling pretty good about it all. And the day passes without any major incident.
As we journey closer to the grandfather tree, is there any significant change in the terrain or in that oppressive feeling that we've all been sensing?
Not from what you can really tell. Everything just seems to get, even still, a little darker and a little more, where before it was just kind of the trees themselves darkening and the landscape becoming a little darker, you're starting to notice that it's almost getting now a little bit more barren.
Oh, like less foliage?
Less foliage.
That's not promising.
Well, I'm looking forward to this big tree. It's gonna be a highlight of our week, I guarantee it.
I'm a little worried about what kind of condition the grandfather tree is going to be in.
Yeah.
Tough to tell.
I mean, the last time we interacted with a large tree, it was pretty shitty.
The Gulthius tree? Yeah. Wasn't
So
Well,
it like
I'm just
Christmas
really
tree
hoping
once.
that corrupted in the same way.
I was actually thinking, wasn't it the last 3 times you've interacted with trees?
Basically,
Yeah.
every large tree has been
We have
really
not had
shitty.
good experiences with large trees.
That's true.
Les has
Yeah.
good history with trees. He likes them.
That's fair.
Right.
Like cats, like being one.
No, I do not.
All right. So, progressing through, Elethe able to easily continue following the path. Whatever this area is, as much as you've never been here before, you feel like you just instinctively know the way. We'll say, just for the sake of brevity, your overnight encounter has occurred, so there won't be any overnight encounters until you reach the grandfather tree. So, Elethe, I'll just get you to make 4 more rolls for survival, just to make sure that you can get there without incident.
Okay, dokie. That one's not so good. 16.
16, still high enough. Yeah. You're able to continue following. Second.
27.
Good.
Natural 1.
Natural
So-
1.
Hey,
14.
14. Okay. On that, I would need to know marching order. Who? So you're obviously in front. Who would be in front with you?
I probably would have been up there with
You would have been?
Elise.
Okay. All right. So both of you, Elethe, you felt so confident. You're day 8 now, right? Like nothing's going to go wrong. You're going to be totally fine. You're almost there. And you start to realize that, oh, wait a second, hang on. Why is there nothing under my feet anymore? Both you and Aluura, excuse me, you realize that you're trying to lift your foot out of the ground, but you suddenly feel vines begin to wrap themselves around your feet and yank you. I need both of you guys to make strength saving throws.
So I'm just going to remind you of primeval awareness, or not primeval awareness, land stride, where I get advantage on saving throws against plants magically created or manipulated to impede movement. And I'm able to pass through non-magical plants without being slowed or taking damage by them.
Okay, so you are unaffected. Aluura, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Can I help Aluura? Like, oh fuck, like
nope.
Try and grab her?
Because you don't notice it's happening yet.
I thought it was a natural 1, but it's a 7.
It's a 7. All right, substantially better. Yeah.
So wait, no, I didn't add anything. It was just on my dice.
Okay, so add a strength saving throw.
Strength saving. Yeah, that'll be a 6.
Okay, so even worse. So Elethe, you just kind of, you're very light on your feet. You're just stepping. Oh, yeah.
Do I get to add my proficiency to saving throws?
Just ability checks.
It's not jack of all trades then. It's just
skill checks. Jack of all skills.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, but yeah, so Elethe, you're so used to just walking through stuff that it doesn't even affect you anymore. And you're just kind of stepping, and then you kind of just feel your foot go a little bit deeper, and you're like, oh, just some mushy ground. And then you kind of look back, Aluura, come on, and Aluura is just like knee deep in vines and being pulled towards the ground. So Aluura, you take...
Come at me, bro.
Oh shit. 21 points of acid damage as your legs are pulled down underneath, and you start to feel corrosive bile starting to dissolve your legs and your feet a little bit.
What?
At this point, Elethe, you can assist to try and make a strength check, an athletics check, or an acrobatics check to try and get out.
I will make an athletics check to try and get Aluura out, because I'm actually proficient in athletics.
Sounds good. So because you're assisting, or you're trying to pull her out, you get to go ahead and make an athletics check to try and do so at advantage.
I'm at advantage?
Aluura, you get to make an athletics or acrobatics check at advantage because Elethe is trying to help you.
Okay, I understand. That'll be a 25?
25, yeah, easily enough. You just kind of finding the vines that are wrapped around your leg and undoing a couple of them, taking a dagger out and just quickly slicing them. Elethe is then able to lift you out, and you just kind of gracefully hop over and land on the other side. So annoying, not brutal in any way, but Elethe, it's kind of made you realize, oh, we've probably strayed off the path a little bit. And you kind of backtrack for a good 15-20 minutes, and you start to realize that there is a divergent path, and one of them seems to be taken more by animals than by actual people. So you get yourself back onto the correct path. But over the rest of the course of the day, go and make another check for me.
We didn't get separated from the party, though.
No, you didn't. You all stayed together. It was just that Aluura kind of sunk in. Everybody freaked out. You grabbed her and pulled her out immediately.
Okay, good. Okay, sorry. So, survival check?
Survival check, yeah.
There we go. That's better. 30.
30. Okay. So no issues any longer. Again, you made your one mistake. Everybody's allowed one, and you strayed off the path a little bit, diverted back your 10 minutes, and then started to follow along the correct path again. You heal up again, Aluura. You heal overnight, so you don't take. So you're back at full health. And the following day, your last day. The trail continues seemingly forever ahead. On the 9th day, you notice that the trees around seem to be thinning even more, but growing in height and width, opening up more ground to be covered in any direction. Each tree trunk is easily 15 feet in diameter, massive thick branches and a canopy well over 100 feet up ahead of you. Through the leaves, the view above is open to reveal something remarkable, something impossible. Foliage over 300 feet up, branches the size of tree trunks that weave their way out of a central pillar of knotted wood. The immensity of the tree dwarfs everything around it. And as you continue riding closer, it doesn't stop getting larger. Bushes the size of your horses are dotting the landscape, and eventually you see the rest of the trees have formed a roughly circular ring around a trunk that's easily 60 feet across. The lowest branches, 100 feet up, growing like sideways trees out from a central trunk. And the ground is turned with massive, sprawling roots, pushing 100 feet in every direction, twisting over through each other to form an infinite network of timber. You feel like you're pretty safe in assuming you've arrived. And I'll go ahead
So we're burning it down, right? That's what's happening?
I'll go ahead and move you guys onto the map so you can see what you're looking at.
Love it.
Woo!
Big tree.
Big old
that's
fuck
a
off
big
tree.
Yeah, that's big.
Ooh, it is a big fuck off tree.
Whoa!
So, just to clarify, this is what you would look at. This is what you would look at as you're walking into it. The gigantic canopy up overhead. And then as you get a little bit closer and kind of being able to move between the trees and get underneath it, you can go ahead and move yourselves in a little bit. You start to notice that itself is the trunk with all the roots sprawling out.
Wow.
That is a big ass tree.
I don't know if I can move myself very easily on my phone. Would someone please
It's
me?
really hard.
I'll just move you
I
guys
can't
up a little bit.
I can't even see the entire screen. Like at minus, like zoomed out, the most that I can see is that.
It's purposely
zoomed out
designed
all
to
the
be
way.
able to show you how immense this fucking tree is.
This is me. Like, oh, there we are.
So you find yourselves kind of standing at the edge of the roots a little bit. And as you do, a lone voice.
Are we? What? Sorry. What direction? I'm trying to find us.
Oh, you came in from the bottom right.
Bottom right. Okay. Thank you.
A lone voice just shouts, "Hail!" And further ahead towards the tree, and then a lithe person deftly hops up, standing on one of the roots with an intricate longbow at their side. Dressed in what almost appears to be a cloak of moss and patchwork leather boots, standing easily 7 feet tall. Black hair roughly cut to shoulder length, and they remove a mask of vines to reveal a human face. 7 foot tall human. All of you kind of look at each other and don't really know what's going on. Probably in their late 20s. Sky blue eyes piercing through the shade from the tree above, and a few small white scars dot what is visible of their face and neck. What brings you to these lands?
I was hoping it was Charles Barkley.
That might be the tree thing.
We're tracking. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We're tracking the source of some evil that's been plaguing a few towns near Waterdeep. We've reason to believe that it might be connected to the grandfather tree. We'd heard about it, and we also wanted to make pilgrimage to it because it sounded amazing. Nice bow you have there.
And they just kind of look down at the bow and turn it over in their hands a couple of times and look back at you. And where do you come from?
Recently or originally?
We're all kind of from all over the place.
We're
Let's go
recently
recently.
Waterdeep is where we're based right now.
Baldur's Gate for me.
Waterdeep is a far away from here.
No, we came in from by way of Secomber, if that helps. I'm from around just kind of, a little southeast of here.
We made good time in the High Forest.
Leaf, you
So-
get a bit of an interesting look, like a furbolg. Interesting.
Have you seen other furbolgs?
Gaze
Like,
kind
did
of-
we? Sorry. Did I see that like recognition on their face?
You're not really sure. It's more just like Leaf kind of tends to get that most places he goes. Right? It's not like a specific thing being like, oh my god, it's a furbolg. It's more like a don't normally see you kind of thing.
Cool.
Okay.
I notice that your woods are a little bit darker of late.
The bow kind of turns over in the hands again. Aye? What of it?
We're here to help you.
What help can you provide?
Well, you won't know unless you let us.
I'm pretty good at like healing stuff. I don't know if anyone's like sick. I'm pretty good at that.
We fought great evil before, and all we want is what's best for everyone. We want to make sure that good prevails.
Hope, go and make a persuasion check for me.
Okay. Oh! 21.
21, okay. You see the gaze kind of soften a little bit. Kind of regard each of you. Take a little bit of time looking over each of you.
Can I ask something, Jordy, as this person is looking at us and I'm sizing them up? And I do think that Elethe would naturally be like, ooh, let me look at that bow. Does their garb and or the longbow, despite them having a human appearance, seem elvish in nature?
Go ahead and make a perception check. You're pretty far away at this point, about 200 feet, so it's a little bit tough for you to tell, but make a perception check.
Do I get my in this area bonus, favorite terrain bonus?
I'm gonna say sure. Yeah. Because between favored terrain and you knowing elvish stuff.
Yeah, it's
sure.
kind of like mossy. Like I'm thinking it looks wood elvish, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll check.
You're not being distracted by the foliage.
I mean, I do love foliage. Like, baby, shake those leaves. 25.
25, okay. The conversation continuing and them taking a little bit of time and kind of looking over each of you, kind of appraising what their immediate reaction is to each of you. You look at the bow. Definitely elven. There's something about the way that elvish wooden workers turn the bows that just make them a little bit more intricate and a little bit more firm. And you notice some of the familiar kind of inlay filigree that's within the bow.
I do love a good piece of firm wooden filigree.
And you kind of also instinctively looking around, you're a ranger. Over the years, you've learned that lone rangers can be common. But more often than not, there's a spotter or an ally that's somewhere nearby. Mm-hmm. And in a few moments, you notice a pair of drawn bows, notched arrows trained on your group, hidden in the shadows of bushes, in similar garb to this individual. One on each side of the tree, kind of a 90-degree angle out from where you guys are right now. Past the roots about 100 feet away, and content with knowing there's another two outside the tree, you quickly just scan the roots, and you notice two large patches of moss that don't quite match the rest of the foliage among the roots. Another pair of bows, drawn perfectly, blended into this wood. And considering Aluura's talents at hiding, even you have to admit this level of stealth is impressive. And now you're looking back at this lone figure standing atop the roots. Les, you're up.
As all this is going down, I'm kind of keeping my eyes on the main bowman here, and I would like to use my Know Your Enemy feat.
Okay.
For those listening, viewing, I can spend at least a minute observing or interacting with another creature outside of combat. You learn certain information about its capabilities compared to your own. The DM tells you if the creature is your equal, superior, or inferior in regard to two characteristics that has been given to me.
Okay.
I would like those two to be armor class and total class levels.
Okay. What is your current armor class?
My current armor class is 18.
18. Okay. Their armor class is inferior to yours. Their total class levels is superior to yours.
We're gonna have to recruit this one.
Alright, good to know.
Okay. Aluura, you're up.
I would like to, knowing that if this is like a 7-foot tall human, I just want to see if there's an illusion, like if I can sense there's an illusion that they're putting on, either like disguise self or something that is changing the way they look to be a human and that they're potentially not. I'm suspecting that they're either an elf or a furball.
Okay. Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
That'll be a 9.
9. That's a really tall human. Everything about it, the length, and this is the thing, is even on that, you're not used to seeing through illusions per se, but you know what human proportions are. The proportions match. The length of the arms, the length of the legs, the torso, the head, it's all correct. It's just bigger. Leaf, did you have one?
I mean, I had the exact same thought. That was...
Oh, you should have done it though, because you're better
I know that I can...
Up to 2 characters can do it, so yeah.
Okay, I know specifically casting Disguise Self is a thing that is innate. And sorry, that's an insight check?
I believe it's insight, yeah. I'm just double checking.
Okay.
Because
I got a cracker.
sorry, it's investigation. I apologize. So, Aluura, it would have actually been different for you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that'll be mathing. 16.
16. Okay, yeah. No difference. Leaf?
Okay, sorry. If it was insight, it would have been 28. If it's investigation, it's 18.
18. Very similar thought process to Aluura. Humans shouldn't be as tall as you. This one is really close. But again, the proportions match. Everything is as it should be. They just are big.
Just some good water around here.
Hope.
So because their features softened after what I'd said, I was wanting to kind of talk to them a little bit more. And just continue the I just want to let me introduce myself. My name is Hope. My pronouns are they, them. It would appear that you are protecting the tree. We don't wish any harm to the tree. Please tell us your name, friend.
And they just kind of stare back at you and just... Oh. Good to meet a fellow. My name is Jessa. None of you seem particularly aggressive. But these are sacred lands. Not somewhere to tread lightly.
I just glance over at Hope, do you mind if I jump in as well? And I kind of step forward with them, not in front of them, but just sort of side by side with them. Sort of just summon my little lights and sort of send them over to the hiding spots of the 2 bow people, and then also let one combine and kind of bounce from the moss spot where the people are hiding.
So before that happens, before they move anywhere, you summon the lights and they form, and immediately...
Oh, fuck.
What's your armor class?
I don't still have Hope's bonus, do I?
No, we don't.
You do not.
Oh,
Well, it's been a good one.
We get the JoJo cut at the end.
Yeah.
What's your armor class?
17.
17? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 arrows come whistling out of the darkness, 4 of which you knew were coming. and 3 of them you were able to avoid. 2 of them, you look back and you see that 2 glints of metal directly on either side of this individual, about 15 feet back from where they're currently standing, as their cloak just pushes forward as 6 arrows fly at you, 3 of them impacting.
Okay.
You're gonna take 31 points of piercing damage as 3 of the arrows just impact against you, and your spell vanishes in the air as you attempted to cast it. And you see the hand just kind of go to the side of the individual standing up after the arrows had been shot, as if to abate a second volley. And then...
So I'll just Hey,
whoa.
That wasn't meant to be aggressive, although I can see why it would seem that way. And well shot was just trying to indicate that I know you have others there. We're not here to get in your way, and honestly, apologies if you feel that we've impinged on sacred lands. We don't know anyone to be in contact with to ask permission to come here. We've just journeyed, honestly, to fight great evil. And we are, as my friend here said, here to help. You seem like you have some elvish abilities and equipment about you. We've heard that there are wood elves who journeyed here to try and reclaim our land, led by Lady Morgwoi. We've done a lot of research trying to find our way to get here safely, and anything you can tell us would be appreciated. If you need us to stand down, put weapons away to do it, we're happy to.
You see them just take a couple of seconds and kind of smile a little bit. Had a feeling you might be the one to notice, but glad you didn't see these 2.
They're well concealed. Props to yous.
I'd make a suggestion not to do what you are attempting to do. The lands are sacred. People may traverse through them without passage. Magics are a different thing.
Apologies. As someone who comes from dark places, it's innate to me to summon light at times, but I see why it seemed questionable. My apologies. And I just sort of pull an arrow out and just sort of put a hand over it.
And you see them just kind of staying the hand again and actually sheathing the bow at this point. And you see the 2 that you recognize directly on either side take a bit of a step out, bows at the side. Not the same bow. Nice make, but not quite the similar ones. The 2 that were hiding amongst the roots that you recognized and you saw, standing up almost covered head to toe in moss. Very similar to the other 2 bows. The 2 directly behind them stepping out for first real view. Every single one of them are human. 7.5, 8 feet tall nearly. Bows, with the exception of the one that they're holding standing atop the root, seem to be fairly rudimentary, standard make. That one is special. And all of them kind of start to doff a little bit of the disguise that they had used to hide themselves in and amongst the foliage.
We come seeking information.
What do you seek information on?
May I?
Yep.
Jessa, my group and I discovered the traces of a demonic summoning circle, not far outside the border of the High Forest. We followed clues that led us to try and find the grandfather tree, make sure that it's secure, and see to it that it was safe for many of the cultists who have been summoning demons into these lands.
You see them just kind of look down at the roots, look back at the tree, and look back at Aluura. What was it you were about to say?
My friend here basically has said that is what we are seeking. It's information that we're seeking, and it's good to know that we can't at this point use magic to assist us. We don't intend harm to this area, this sacred place, and we want to make sure that we're moving through this area with an understanding of where we are and how we need to act. But it is imperative that we get the information that we're looking for.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of, can I cast message? And
look at the spell. Does it require a somatic component of an S?
Yep.
Then that means you have to move your hands to be able to do anything. Do you want to do that?
No, I do not want to do that.
Okay. I'll get both of you to go ahead and make. Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm just going to kind of look at Leaf and try to catch his eye.
Leaf, what's your passive perception?
I think it's like 16.
Yeah, if it's over 15, that's fine.
Yeah.
And just kind of like basically try to convey like how much do you want to share?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Leaf, make an insight check for me.
Yeah. It's a 19.
I'll say there's a general understanding between the two of you, given the past experiences you've had and the amount of time you spent together.
Okay. I'll kind of turn to the group and in...
Just one sec before you do that.
Okay.
Aluura and Doc, can I get you both to make persuasion checks for me for what you
Understandable.
told them?
That'll do.
Doc?
That seems like your phrase, Doc. That'll do.
21.
21. Aluura?
25.
25.
Nice.
An interesting gaze falls upon both of you. Aluura, your words hit home. The truth behind them follows through. And they, sheathing their bow, kind of just place a hand down onto the ground and jump almost 15 feet straight down onto one of the roots, and then just kind of still holding up with that hand and gripping on. You notice that the grip strength is incredible. Like being able to hold on to the side of the root and almost swing with no real handhold, just sheer fingers digging into the root itself. And then they land onto one of the roots. Leaf, as you were about to continue, go ahead.
So kind of seeing like this display of just absolute mastery.
Thank you. I know I was very convincing.
Oh, sorry. I'm low battery.
Oh, good.
It's all good. That's a quick fix.
And I'm gonna shoot my shot here. I'll see if anything happens here. But in Giant, I would like to call out and say, I'm coming searching for my family. Please, if anyone understands this, I beg of you to help me, to help us. And I don't actually think anyone's heard me speak Giant before. I have no idea what that sounds like.
The Giant tongue is a lot of low grumbling. It sounds like rock scraping against rock almost, as if the teeth in a head were just made of rock and clashing together. And you instinctively looking on, kind of waiting for some kind of a response. You see these people look at each other and then just kind of look back at you with no understanding of anything you said.
Well, that checked that off. I'll just kind of stand there, just let it sit.
Taking the cue from Leaf kind of saying a strange language I don't understand, and then all the confused faces on all of the very tall human looking people, kind of just try to break the tension and be like, I don't know what you are all drinking, but you're very big for humans.
I'm just going to use this token as a temporary one, just so you can kind of see. I'm working on a full proper token for them. I just don't have it quite done quite yet.
Jordy, you prepare so much for our session. How dare you?
This was the one thing I thought I had a really good token, and I realized that it just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. So there we go. All right, we're back. So as they hop their way down and begin to make their way over towards you, the bow is sheathed. The 6 allies begin to come out of hiding and kind of revealing themselves. As I said, all of them standing 7 feet, 7'2", 7'5", 7'8", very tall, and definitively, from all you can see, human.
Do they answer what I said before?
Sorry, what was there a specific question you asked? It was just like, is there something in the water?
I'm like, yeah, what are you all drinking? What's in this grandfather tree sap that you're all eating? You're very big for humans.
And you can see that the one in front just kind of laughs a little bit under their breath and just kind of... Clearly you have not met the Uthgard before.
Uthgard.
Do any of us know that?
Spell that.
So it's U. So here's a fun one. It's the UTHGARDT. The
Whoa.
Uthgard.
Have I or any of us heard of that?
All of you can go and make history checks for me.
Cool.
Oh God.
All of you, yeah. You've all spent some time a little bit north.
I love me some Uthgard.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, Les, you'd be the exception here. You wouldn't have.
What?
Sorry, but you haven't been this far north before.
Rolled really well, too. Fuck.
Okay, you know what? I'll say that's fine. You can keep your roll. It's not that you were north, it's that you kind of heard stories.
Sure.
Sure, that's fine.
I hear stories all the time.
All right, I'll go through. Aluura.
24.
24, less.
17.
I rolled really high. Doctor.
20.
20. Leaf.
22.
22. Hope.
11.
11. Elethe.
Yeah, one lower.
Elethe.
Oh, me? 7.
7.
Yeah,
None
it's
of
not my
you
strong suit.
have heard stories of these people.
Fascinating.
I feel like I may have heard this as a Danish once, but that's...
25 and 30 were the 2 DCs.
Damn it. That would have. Damn.
But all of you just kind of looking at each other and kind of thinking that this person just made up a word. Like, what? There's no other people. You're human. That's what you are.
I think I've had this in the bakery once.
And recognizing the look of... the lack of knowledge, we'll say. The look of confusion on your faces. And they just kind of take a couple more steps forward and... The Uthgard are a vast group of humans who live in these lands. United in our common worship of our deity, Uthgar, the Battle Father. Each tribe reveres and is named after one of the totemic spirits that represents the virtue of its tribesmen. We are the tree ghosts, ones who sought to rediscover our ancestral home. And they gesture towards the grandfather tree. And home we are.
Well, I must say, that is a very badass name.
It's very interesting. We had in researching the history of this place, we did hear about elves and dwarves that once inhabited these lands, but nothing about humans. I'm assuming that history check meant that I didn't remember reading about these guys from the books that I read.
Correct. Yeah. With all the research that you did on the grandfather tree, on the forest, on all of the areas around, these guys never came up.
So, it seems like, your deity has blessed you with quite the unusual soys and capabilities to protect these lands.
And they just kind of pull out the bow, and you realize that at the distance you were looking at, they're really tall. The longbow is another 1.5 feet taller than them. It's almost a it's a 9 foot tall longbow, and they're just
crazy
tossing it hand
we got
over
the
hand
fucking Navi here.
in a single hand. Just kind of rotating the bow in a single hand with incredible dexterity and prowess. And Elethe, with your knowledge of weaponry and especially ranged weaponry, these people are no joke.
Yeah.
These are warriors of some kind. But the garb that they're wearing, the lack of any real armor per se, but the intricacy of the weapons and the care given to each of the arrows that are in the quivers, they're not primal. It's not like these are hunters that have never discovered civilization. This is a choice.
For sure. It's not like, we've never experienced like different levels of civilization. It's more like we prefer to be here in the land with what we can.
Yeah.
Okay. We'd love to parlay. I don't know if there's somewhere that's better for that than here. Maybe we can tell you a little bit more about what we found and what the threat might be. But I'm sure you'll understand that as we've just met, we'd prefer to get your measure and you to get ours before we go any further.
Your words have been true so far. Come, we'll tend to your wounds. I apologize for that. Just for your sake, I would recommend avoiding any kind of magics that you may have. Those are reserved for the shaman.
Duly noted.
So, I am Jessa Orkbane, child of my father, Buravald Orkbane, current chief of our clan.
Cool.
What was the father's name?
Buravald, Boorvald. And he's Great Chief Buravald Orkbane.
And your clan, you're the tree ghosts.
We are the tree ghosts. The remnants of the Blue Bear clan. Well, the ones who didn't fall into catastrophe.
Catastrophe?
Very interested in hearing more about the catastrophe when we're sitting to chat.
It'll be a trip for the walk. Come with me. And they start to make their way around the tree and kind of following a non-existent path, but all 7 of them are following the same one. And that's where we wrap our procession this week.
Love it.
Yes.
Hashtag tree ghost.
Tree ghosts.
I am here for the tree ghosts. This shit is sick.
Oh, that's so sick.
We were shaking them
That's
upside
like
down.
such a good group name. We should have been the Tree Ghosts.
Well, we can get. I don't know.
Do you think they have those little like spirit dudes from Princess Mononoke who are like? Trees?
Hell yeah.
That was a fun one.
That was-
A little bit of combat with some
so good,
kind of cool
Marty.
enemies. Got a chance to let you guys show off your new level 11 abilities.
Yes, sir.
That's basically all that combat was
All
about.
I got to do.
Well, for less, it was just a great little, I'm in a blanket. That was an awesome moment.
I rerolled a saving throw. End of turn.
Yeah. Yeah, you succeeded the saving throw, so you didn't wake up coughing. But if you'd failed the saving throw, you would have been incapacitated anyway. So it was a damned if you do, damned if you don't. But yeah, no, I'm excited. The Uthgart are one that I've been wanting to introduce for a while. For once, interesting humans.
Yes.
Yeah, tall humans.
They're out here. No, they couldn't be humans. They're way too tall and
Humans that are interesting on a cultural level, not just like individually, like Aluura, who is individually interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, and we'll say an interesting subclass of human.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Look, I'm also here for the rich character development that we got. That Aluura comes from a line of Velcro Baron.
Yes, very interesting.
I love that.
I'll be able to add a battle skirt to my outfit because it can easily be torn off.
The final battle, we're all just okay. Let's get ready.
Let's strap on.
Is the entire party going to be wearing kilts?
Is this for your battle or for your glorious hole that you want a Velcro skirt, Les?
Glory holes are being forced upon me. I was not accepting glory holes.
All right.
Awesome. All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap everything up. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into the chat. We had a ton of you guys. Big shout-out to Thanks Internet. My friend Candace, thank you so much for raiding us with your group after you wrapped up. I'm assuming you played some Fall Guys tonight. And yeah, thanks, everybody, for tuning into the chat. We got a couple of subs today. We love you guys. I'm so happy that this campaign is progressing to this awesome point that I get to introduce all this awesome stuff to both you guys who are playing and to the people who are home watching. So we'll see you back here next week, same time, unless something crazy changes. But I'm stoked to further develop.
Elethe tries to sneak a longbow that's like a third longer than she is out of this forest.
Before we wrap up, I wanted to pass by Elethe and just kind of whisper, like, don't fuck with Jessa. They're very powerful.
Yeah, like...
I'm going to pass by Elethe as well and say, hey, fuck with Jessa. That could be fun.
I'm kind of a fucking pincushion right now, so it's going to wait.
Bleeding
no,
like
but
a
later,
bag.
I mean. Later.
Yeah, I mean... I can do some things that don't look like magic, and I just like point at Whisper. We'll see.
We'll see. All right, awesome. So we'll see you guys here next week, and enjoy the rest of the week. Be safe, be happy. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.